The Red Sox will begin a 4-game series with the Seattle Mariners with an eye on winning a 3rd consecutive series, and with the push of momentum coming off a brilliant pitching performance by Nick Pivetta in finishing off Houston yesterday. Everybody around Fenway still buzzing over Nick's effort yesterday. Dave O'Brien alongside Kevin Youkilis and Jemiah Webster. And the Red Sox over the last 8, have come alive in many facets of the game. They have won 5 of those 8 games.
Yeah, they've done a good job, as you can see here. 5-3 with the .268 average. Runs per game, huge, 5.75. And the guy that I love that's going to be the spark plug going forward is Kike Hernandez. When you watch Kike and the things he can do, this guy needs to get hot, and just ignite this team. But good job of going the other way a lot more than he did early on, getting base hits that way, getting base hits through the hole to the left side. But one thing he's working on is that front hip, keeping it closed a little long so he doesn't lag with the bat. Love it. And this guy, look at this, watch this, spraying the ball, singles the other way, doubles down the line to left. So as he uses the whole field, good things will happen.
Obviously a great defender as well. He proved that last year, a premium center fielder. You know, momentum is always the next day's pitcher in baseball, and that's Rich Hill tonight. The left-hander has an ERA of 2.89. He'll put that up against these visitors from the great Pacific Northwest. It's a 4-game series, Red Sox and the Mariners, coming up tonight right here on NESN. Baseball on NESN is brought to you by Amica. Discover Amica Auto, Home, and Life Insurance. Berkshire Bank, all wallets welcome. WB Mason, who but WB Mason, delivering since 1898. Sullivan Tire and Auto Service, we're always here to get you there. And by buyatoyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit buyatoyota.com. When Rich Hill is pitching as he is tonight, oftentimes Alex Cora likes to go with the piggyback and bring on Tanner Houck. For more on Tanner, let's toss it down to Jemiah.
Thank you very much, Dave. Well, Tanner Houck has done it all for this Red Sox pitching staff. His last 2 appearances, he's made a start and then come on in relief. He pitched Sunday against the Texas Rangers in a Red Sox bullpen game, going multiple innings. And as you mentioned, another wrinkle to his appearances has been, at times, piggybacking Rich Hill starts, and that could happen here tonight. But as Houck told me, either way, he approaches it no differently and tries to just keep it simple.
It's pretty much going out there and just knowing that it's 60 feet 6 inches no matter what. Like whether you're starting, relieving, it's about having a good routine, preparing before the game, just as if you're going to be starting. So for me, it's about showing up every day, doing what I got to do in the weight room, as well in the training room, and going out to the bullpen and truly preparing.
How would you describe how those have gone for you coming out in that particular role?
I've had my ups and downs with it so far, but I'm still learning, still growing, and truly every time I go out there I try and get better. So whether it's just one pitch that I feel like I made strides with, or whether it's every pitch I made stride with, it's just about, truly for me, I'm a glass half full kind of guy where, you know, if I go out there and I throw some good splitters, I take that away. I don't only focus on the negative.
And the last time out versus the Rangers, Tanner worked 3 innings of 1-hit baseball and retired 9 of the 11 batters that he faced. Rich Hill takes the ball first for Boston. We'll see what this game dictates after that. Well, last night the offense supported the complete game from Nick Pivetta. Xander Bogaerts with his 4th home run of the season. He's homered in 2 of his last 3. Could he hit number 5 tonight? First pitch with Obi and Uke on the way next.
In search of that second victory, and here's the Mariners lineup he'll take on. It'll be Adam Frazier at the top. He's in left. Ty France at first. Julio Rodriguez is in center field. Jesse Winker is the designated hitter. Suarez at third. Torrens doing the catching with Toro at second base. Dylan Moore's at short. Souza Jr. in right field. Against the Red Sox starter presented by Audi. Visit your New England Audi dealer and experience the fully electric Audi e-tron today. Rich, his last 4 starts, he's allowed 0, 0, 0, and 2 runs. He's been awfully good.
Here's the Red Sox defense, presented by the Oakers Company, celebrating over 100 years of service and support, and proud home of TouchView Interactive. We got Rafael Devers at third, Xander Bogaerts at short, Trevor Story at second base, Bobby Dahlbeck at first. Alex Verdugo in left, Kike Hernandez in center, Jackie Bradley Jr. in right. Rich Hill on the bump and Christian Vasquez behind the dish.
The always important umpires brought to you by BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website. Ford Deal. Scott Barry behind home plate. Dan Bellino, Clint Vondrak, and Adam Hamari on the bases. We're available as telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP is brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. Visit ToyotaCertified.com and see factory-backed used Toyotas right now. Weather forecast kind of interesting around here the last few hours, presented by Window World, the official replacement window of the Boston Red Sox. But right now cloudy. It's a lot of fog downtown and only 57 degrees. And this weekend you won't even recognize it because it's getting up into the mid-90s.
It's going to be hot.
But right now on the cool side, probably really good pitching weather for Rich Hill, who's coming off an 11-3 victory at Texas. His first win of the season, making him the oldest Red Sox pitcher to get a victory since 45-year-old Tim Wakefield in 2011.
Gotta love that. And he's jamming in some even flow from Pearl Jam to come out to. Love it.
Your good friend Eddie Vedder would be delighted.
Oh, he'd be pumped.
Big baseball fan that he is.
Yes, sir. Former Cub. He used to root for Rich Hill.
There's the view out toward the outfield from behind home plate. It is dry. That's the good news here at Fenway. We're set to go. Red Sox and Seattle. Here's Frazier in. Ball one as we get underway. Oh, what a performance last night by Nick Pivetta. I mean, watching a guy throw a complete game these days, it's so unique, it's so rare, and to see a guy in command as long as he was is rarer still.
Yeah, it was truly special, especially after giving up a home run, and with the night before seeing 5 in 1 inning, the fans here were literally, I thought they were just going to leave the building. But man, did the ones that stayed around and watched after that first home run by Altuve, they got to see an amazing pitching performance that you just won't see a lot of this year.
In there for a strike. First Red Sox complete game in about 3 years. And I realize one of those was a COVID year, short season, but still 3 years since Chris Sale last did it.
It's amazing. Let's see a couple more of those this year.
Frazier will put that in play to Xander Bogaerts at short. One away. Time now for the Charmin ultra strong stats. Nick Pivetta, his second career complete game. As mentioned, first by a Red Sox since June 5 of 19 at Kansas City for Chris Sale. He became the 4th pitcher to throw one in the majors this year, and one of those guys threw a no-hitter to get it.
Wow, not bad. Is that Detmer?
Yes, Detmer of the Angels.
Detmers, plural.
Ty France 325 with 6 home runs, 27 runs batted in. An excellent defender. He'll take one up and away for a ball. The Yankees have already lost. Baltimore beat them 9-6. That was on a walk-off.
Oh, homer.
Santander in for a strike on France. Had a good year last year for Seattle at 291, 18 home runs, drove in 73. Has been hit by a uke-esque 33 times.
Wow.
Since the start of 2021.
Hang with them.
And a 1-1, and that'll miss. Well, Seattle coming in struggling, and offensively they've been very inconsistent. Their pitching's been okay, but right now they're 7 back of Houston in the West, and they're in 4th place in that division. Waved at and missed on the curveball.
Man, that curveball is funky to say the least. Man, it seems like it never gets there. There's nothing worse as a hitter. You're like, I'm on it, I'm on it. Oh my gosh, I'm about a foot in front of this thing.
Young man on deck is really the face of the Seattle Mariners, the guy they want to be the face of the club, and he struck him out. Down goes France. 2 down.
Yeah, and after that swing on the last curveball, you're going to go right back to it and say, hey, make that adjustment. Again, a little out in front of that 73-mile-per-hour curveball.
Brings up Julio Rodriguez at 257 with 2 home runs. He's a rookie, and they believe he's going to turn into an all-star. He's the center fielder.
Yeah, and he's a guy that's probably going to see a lot of breaking balls. He just, does a lot of damage against the fastball and the off speed. Off speed meaning more of changeups and splits, but might see more of these. You might even see a 68-mile-per-hour curveball. Rich loves to throw that 73, and then he'll throw one super slow.
He's got the first-rate grunt going tonight.
Yeah, really good grunts. Monica Seles-ish. Or esque. I should have gone with the esque after we just had it on.
Right on the screen.
My goodness.
Perfect for you. Here's the 1-1. Base is empty, 2 down.
The question is, if he doesn't grunt on the curveball, does it mean it's the slower one? Does he tip it?
And do you have time to react?
0 chance.
On the tone of the grunt. Cut on and miss. He took a vicious rip at that. That was 73 miles an hour.
Yeah. He's dialing it up tonight. He's feeling good on that thing. Never. It's so good. It's not good if you're a hitter, but it's so good to watch.
Looking for back-to-back punch-outs. And runs it inside. Rodriguez from the Dominican Republic. They rave about his bat speed. They think he could be a 30 to 40 home run a year guy one day.
Second youngest guy in baseball to Wander Franco too, right?
Right, 21.
Wow.
Back toward Rich Hill, off the glove, and this kid can really fly too, so he's easily on. Rich Hill angry at himself because he had an out to get.
Yeah, it was interesting too. It was the first initial step off the mound that kind of got him a little bit off guard. It's kind of a funky if you look back at it. And that was the reach out to go get it after having that little stutter step off the mound.
That will be a base hit for Rodriguez.
And those little things happen. And so what happens is the ball, like when you stutter step, the ball kind of moves too. So when you're calm, cool, collective, the ball doesn't move a lot. When you take that little stumble, the ball moves in your vision, then you're trying to go to it.
Winker will pop it up. Chance here for Raffy. He's got room and puts it away. 1 hit, 1 left. Red Sox coming up. Toyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. Kike will start it, followed by Rafael Devers. He's hitting .340 now. JD Martinez, and then Xander Bogaerts and Alex Verdugo. Trevor Story at second. Bobby Dahlbeck at first base. He's a Seattle native. Christian Vasquez catching, and Jackie Bradley Jr. is in right field. Against the Mariners starter, presented by Amica. Discover Amica Auto, Home, and Life Insurance. Obviously, this young man is a 24-year-old out of Rhine, New York. George Kirby. He's been throwing the ball really well. A first-round pick in 2019. And this is his 3rd major league start tonight. Throws a lot of strikes, too. Kike 182 with a home run and has a 6-game hitting streak. First fastball 96, and he can get up there into the upper 90s. Got a good slider, curveball, and a changeup. 24 years old. You were talking about Kike, as this homestand got underway, and you were talking about how big the homestand is for the Red Sox this point in the season. As this has popped up off the end of the bat. France there. And 1 man out.
Let's take a look at the Mariners defense. At third base, Eugenio Suarez. At short, Dylan Moore. Second base, Abraham Toro. At first, Ty France. In left field, Adam Frazier. Center field, Julio Rodriguez. In right field, Steven Souza Jr. George Kirby on the bump. And Luis Torrens behind the dish.
And a red-hot Rafael Devers. 12-game hitting streak. Last 5, he's 11 for 20 with 5 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. I heard him interviewed on WEEI radio after the game last night with Will and Joe, and basically he said, no more of that triple stuff. I paid for that the rest of the night. Over the wall much better, or line drives like that. And right away extends the hitting streak to 13 straight.
And this is just pure artwork right here. Getting the ball down and just does damage on this thing with a line drive. I mean, that is an absolute missile right here. Good job staying through the ball, getting that spin to go a little bit to the left of center field. Man, head down. You want to watch hitting at its finest. Watch this guy night in and night out. And this guy. And then the guy after.
Yeah. In pretty good shape with those 3. JD last night snapped his hitting streak at 18 in a row as he went 0 for 5. There's also a 34-game on-base streak that came to an end. Both of those career highs for him, and both the longest in the majors this season.
And it was fun to watch. It's time to start a new one today.
That's what every hitter says.
Let's
right?
go. Let's rock.
For JD, that's ancient history already. Key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. He has hit Seattle. He's hit a lot of teams, but 388. 7 home runs against them. He has carved up the Mariners.
Yeah, the worst part when you're in those streaks too is everyone comes to your locker talking about it. You're like, get out of my locker. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to know what kind of streak I have going into this game.
Is it like a guy throwing a no-hitter?
I hated it. People come to my locker, they start wanting to talk about it. I'm like, get out of here. Like, you can't talk about it. Just move away. Just talk about something else. Let's find something else. But they always want to talk about your hitting streak or your on-base streak, and you just don't want to know about it. You just want to go out there and just keep feeling good.
Lifts that one to right field. Souza for the second out. So what was it like for DiMaggio? Joe DiMaggio hit in 56 consecutive games, and the entire country knew about it. Followed up every one of his at-bats there from like the midpoint on.
Yeah, Twitter was alive and well back then too, just going all over it too.
Right.
No.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
he was crazy on Instagram.
It's another streak that I don't think we'll ever see again. I mean, that is an incredible streak, especially with the pitching today. But yeah, I mean, be in New York at that time, and
New York
ooh.
Baseball was king from coast to coast, and
Marilyn Monroe,
and then later on there was
what a life he was living.
Not too shabby. Xander Bogaerts 336 with 4 home runs. Rafi on at first, just getting started here tonight. Kind of a murky, gloomy night at Fenway.
Interesting note there, Dave, with the JD Martinez hitting streak there. After the game last night, Julian McWilliams of the Boston Globe and myself went up to him and said, it's over now. And he said, you're lucky you got off the hook, because he wanted to blame me for talking about it after game 1 almost, he said. But he said he saved me. So I said, well, you've gone all your life with hitting streaks, and you didn't talk about them until they were over. How about you take a different approach this time and talk about it while the streak happens? Maybe things change for you. He said, no, you got to keep it traditional. I don't want to jinx it.
I like the way he thinks.
Yeah, see, that's the difference between the media and baseball players. We do not like talking about it.
That one runs right by to the backstop, and Rafi will advance on the wild pitch. So Sox have a man in scoring position.
But we also get it. There has to be stories written. They got to be put out there. It's just, we just don't want to talk about it.
Guy's a great hitter. He does know how to talk about hitting, But there's a difference between that and a streak. You don't mess with the streak.
Never, never.
Xander, an RBI chance right here. Red Sox trying to get in front against George Kirby. The 1-2. Did he hold up? He did, said Dan Bellino.
The question is, how many streaks have you broken in the broadcast booth?
Never one. Never a single one.
How many have you been blamed for, though?
Oh, countless. But I mean, you think about it. I've called 9 no-hitters. I've talked about that being a no-hitter in every single game.
Yeah.
And in the 9th inning, too. And the guy actually threw it. Actually completed the no-hitter.
They don't want to talk about those, though.
You want to talk about that?
No.
We're several feet away from anything that's going on down there. We have no influence, but I certainly understand JD's point. Like, you don't talk about it when you're in the proximity of the athlete. Don't bring it up. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Red Sox will strand a man at second base. No score after 1.
Available. Season tickets offer the best seat locations, price, and benefits, including early entry on game days and more. To learn more, visit redsox.com/season tickets.
Our old buddy Johnny Gomes is going to drop by the booth in a couple of innings, along with Liv Cook, who is a pro football freestyler, which means soccer. Johnny, of course, from 2013 world champion Red Sox, and they are participating in MLB Home Run Derby X. Want to find out about that?
That'll be fun.
They're going to be doing that all around the world. Eugenio Suarez leading off.
Football.
Footy. You follow the game, the international game, the beautiful game? Do you follow it?
I got to start. My son, my youngest son, he loves soccer, and he'll start throwing out. He's like, I didn't know Messi was on, France or all these teams, and now I got to start. I got to start getting into it because he really enjoys it.
Yeah, I think when you dive in, it'll stick with you. Rocket shot. That one headed back. So is Verdugo leaping up. Can't get it. He crashes into the wall. Suarez to second base. And Alex paid a price out there going for that one, which will be a double.
Off the bat, this ball looked like it was going to easily hit the monster, but had a lot of topspin on it. And Verdugo did a really, really good job of trying to make a great effort on this play, but just a little bit above. Here's the replay on it. Topspin. Oh, man, great effort. Gotta love the effort. Oh. And the heel, too. That's the hard part, too, with that topspin. It's hard to judge that, too. So he picked a spot. Ball coming down. Came down a little too quick on him.
Torrens, the catcher, hitting just 193. Will climb in here with a man at second. Nobody out. No score, second inning. Well, it's been a long time since Seattle tasted the postseason. It's been 20 years since they were a playoff team. Been a lot of bad years in between. They have been able to load up their farm system. Top guys like Logan Gilbert, we're going to see him in this series, pitcher, and we talked about Julio Rodriguez, who are here now. They got off to a poor start too, though, and they are 17-21 coming into this game. After winning 90 last year, and they just missed out on postseason play. They went into the last weekend, still had a chance, fell short.
Yeah. And one thing they just showed on the TV right now is the sky. This is a really, really tough time for outfielders. This overcast, ball goes up, you can lose it real quick. You got to be very, very careful. Outfielders got to point it out, infielders got to point it out. Seen it too many times.
Dropped it in there to Beauty with a breaking ball to freeze him. One man out.
Yeah, good backdoor right there. I love when he drops down just a little bit, and it just looks right here. Drop it down, bring that thing. Man, it's like a boomerang. That's not fun for righty, because that ball looks like it's a halfway into the left-handed batter's box, and you kind of give up on it.
Switch hitter Abraham Toro here. little bit of power. He's hit 5 home runs. He's a switch hitter. In fact, all 11 of his home runs last year came against right-handed pitching. Suarez with the lead and a little up. 2-0. Rich went 6 innings at Texas in the victory last time out, scattering 7 hits. Didn't walk anybody. He only walked 1 man in his last 3 starts.
Wow.
And the 2-0 home. Crack towards short, through for a base hit. Suarez will advance to third. He'll stop there. First and third, 1 down.
Yeah, Rich going with the this is the overhand fastball that he likes to go to too. Just comes back over a little too much and misses the spot. Good job by Tor to get on top of it. Suarez kind of stays put right there at second base, not advancing right away, thinking that Bogaerts can backhand the ball and throw it to third and get him out.
So it'll bring up Dylan Moore, the shortstop. 161 with 1 home run. 1 away. Now Michael Wacha will rejoin the rotation. He's going to pitch tomorrow night against the left-hander Robbie Ray, the reigning Cy Young, who left Toronto to sign with the Mariners. He's 4-3 with a .462 earned run average. Wacha's been really good. Gary Whitlock on a Saturday, Native Aldi on Sunday. And that will wrap up the homestand. Homestand you talked about is a hugely important one. The Red Sox just took 2 out of 3 from Houston.
Yeah, you got to just build upon it, and especially with that complete game shutout last night. Sometimes you need that spark and gets the team going and really revved up to do some good things. But you know, both these teams, it's about scoring more runs. You know, these guys' record, it's unbelievable too. When they score at least 4 runs, they're 14-6. Less than that, they're 3-15. The Mariners. You know, Red Sox are very similar in a lot of ways, where getting that offense production and getting good pitching and defense. You know, the defense has been great. You know, and just got to keep building upon it.
Yeah, Sox 5-3 since that Atlanta series got underway. That's when they started finally to score some runs. Last 8 games, they're averaging about 6 runs a game. Here's the 1-2 to Moore. He cranks that one. That one's shot. That's high up there, and that ball's gone. That's a 3-run homer for Dylan Moore. Just his 2nd home run of the season. That one flew out of here, and it's 3-0 Seattle.
A heater that just came back over into the heart of the plate, wanted a little bit more out, but comes back in, and man, he leaned back on that.
Well, number 8 hitter who had only hit 1 home run this season, but he finds the monster seats, and just like that, 3-0. Souza Jr., a 200 hitter without a home run. So Rich getting touched up in the 2nd, and in there for a strike. Red Sox are in a stretch in which 14 out of 17 are being played at Fenway. So an opportunity to really get rocking and rolling at home.
See if he goes back to this curveball here after throwing that high fastball. Change the looks.
2-2 with the curve.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. He throws it from 2 different angles, right? The fastball, the curveball from up top, and then a little bit off to the side. He might come back with that little sidearm backdoor curveball again.
Little looper towards center, long run, and a nice play there by Story to track it down for the second out. In front of Adam Frazier.
Yeah, and off the bat, this looked like it was going to be a knock, but Trevor Story using that athleticism really well and going and getting it. It's a hard part on these shifts sometimes. You know, the balls just find a way to get over there, and these dudes have to go after it hard.
Frazier began the ball game by grounding out to Xander Bogaerts at short. Former Pittsburgh Pirate, also spent some time with San Diego last year. And wound up batting a combined .305. And Hills 1-1.
And there you go. You got the drop down 84 sinker. Tell you what, it's hard to pick. You know, and that's the thing too, where you throw two different pitches out of all these different slots to keep them on their toes, the hitters.
Got a piece of it to hang in there. Mariners have not been a good road team. They're 8-14 away from Seattle. But they get out quickly tonight on the home run by Dylan Moore. Poke foul just spoiled that one. That slider and hung in there.
Well, the key is to keep it at that 3, according to the stats. Keep it at that 3. They're 3-15 with only 3 or fewer.
Two and 2. Ty France would hit next if given the opportunity here for Seattle. Managed by Scott Service. Began the year with high hopes because they won 90 last year. Eighth pitch of the at bat coming up here for Frazier. Red Sox with a 3-man shift onto the right side of second base. And the 2-2 now from Rich. He cracks that one foul.
Yeah, the Mariners also got the second youngest group of position players as well. You know, it's hard when you got a young team. You know, also one of the hardest things about Seattle is the amount of miles they put in a year. Not easy playing in Seattle.
Man, do they travel. 2-2. Left it low. Kind of isolated geographically. Certainly one of the most beautiful parts of the country. But it is out there. 3-2. And he walks him. Pretty darn good at bat there by Frazier, and he is on.
Don't miss the chance to see David Ortiz in our most recent class of Red Sox Hall of Fame inductees honored next Thursday at Fenway Park. Tickets for this Red Sox Hall of Fame and Fenway Honors event start at $20, with proceeds benefiting the Red Sox Foundation in celebration of its 20th anniversary. For more information, visit redsox.com/Fenway Honors.
Ty France 0 for 1. He whiffed in the first inning. He's going to hit a bullet to right field. Jackie trying to cut it, has to slide, gets behind him. There goes Frazier. They're going to wave him in. Throw comes into second. Now the throw home, but too late. Mariners on top 4-0.
Yeah, Ty France doing a good job of taking this pitch the other way. Jackie's trying to cut this off. Look, he tries to slide because if that gets by him, who knows what can happen there on that. That is a dangerous wall. But unfortunately, he makes the throw to second base trying to get the runner versus cutting it in to try to prevent the runner from scoring in Frazier.
So unusual to see anything behind Jackie.
Yeah, I mean, And it's the lip of the grass right there where he hit into the dirt, and I think that played into effect of how he got to the ball. But you got to knock that ball down. I mean, we've seen too many crazy plays happen inside the ballpark home runs that go down that line if you don't cut it off.
Well, RBI double there for France. Now, Red Sox in an early hole, not out of the inning yet. Here's Rodriguez. And an infield single in the first inning. They already have 5 hits off Rich Hill. He did not do himself any favors with the 2-out walk. He's fallen behind here 2-0. It's been a long inning for Rich. And Sawamura is up in the pen.
I feel like Ty France is getting a little bit jumpy out there. It'd be a good time to back pick here. But Trevor being so far on the infield grass might be a little difficult.
Called a strike. Rodriguez, one of the top prospects in all of baseball. And hitting .313 with runners in scoring position. Trying to measure that hook, and it's 2-2. Rodriguez gets on. He's going to run. He leads the majors with 11 stolen bases. He can really fly. And he is the 8th man to bat here in the second inning against Rich Hill. The lefty's 2-2.
Really like that pitch right there after throwing the curveball slow and outside. Forcing that pitch inside hard right here. He was trying to go outside actually, but I love that pitch inside too. To say, hey, because the hitter doesn't know that you were lined up outside and you missed your spot. Now he goes, oh, he might come in again. You get that curveball eye.
Base hit into left. France will be held at third. And Rodriguez is 2 for 2, and this inning just won't end for Rich Hill. He's thrown almost 40 pitches in this frame.
And he tried to go back to that curveball that I was talking about. It had been a really good pitch. You know, it's hard to hit that. This ball just came right back over the middle of the plate, right into the wheelhouse where he could get it through the infield.
Leading the way, presented by Leader Bank. Close with confidence with Leader Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. I mentioned that Rodriguez is right on top in stolen bases as he is now on at first for the second time. And here's Winker. He rips that one, but a foul ball.
Yeah, that slow curveball, it's hard to keep it fair. It's hard to stay. Ty France, he did, you know, with him, what he did was he's like, I'm just going to let this thing travel as far as possible and shoot it the other way.
Winker acquired from the Reds in a big trade back in March after hitting .305. With 24 home runs, 71 runs batted in last year. Is named to the National League All-Star team.
Made himself enemy #1 with the Mets fans. I've gotten into it a few times.
Yeah. Very spirited. Everybody knows the report on Rodriguez that he can pick him up and put him down. Now Rich Hill right now kind of desperate to get out of the inning. A 4 spot up there for the Mariners, and another throw over. Winker, 9th hitter in the inning. There have been some loud fouls too here by Seattle. 0-2. Eugenio Suarez, who began the inning with a double, is on deck. Sawamura is all heated up. Here's the 0-2. Popped up, and a play for Bogarts or Devers, and Rafi will take it. Side retired, but they bring up 9 and they score 4 times. Phil's right now during Bernie and Phil's Memorial Day event. Save up to 20% on your furniture purchase. Red Sox last 2 homestands. Current one getting some runs and need some more tonight. They're down 4-0.
Yeah, time to bounce back right here. Get a crooked number up there. Decrease the deficit.
Against young right-hander George Kirby. Alex Verdugo trying to battle his way out of a pretty lengthy slump. Has him down to 206. He has 12 hits in his last 83 at bats. That's over 21 games.
He's due. Let's go.
Ground ball knocked down by Suarez. He will gather, but he's going to be late. And he's got himself a knock there. Good way to start.
And the best part about this is Alex Cora is giving he's looking in the dugout at Alex Cora. He's pumped because he's trying to go the other way a lot more. He's been working on this and finally gets that break right here with the ball diving past him. When he keeps going to left field, left center field, and not worrying about driving the ball out of right field, that's when Alex Verdugo is going to get really, really hot. Good job right there going the other way, getting affirmation from his manager.
Trevor Story, 205, 2 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Has 11 of those RBIs in the last 14 games. Mentioned Kirby out of Rye, New York. Got a chance to pitch against the New York Mets in his last start. Went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs. High fly ball. That is deep. Backing up Rodriguez. Turning now. She's gone. Trevor Story will touch them all. That was high into the night and one of the deepest parts of Fenway. His 3rd home run of the season.
In the words of Trevor Story, let's go, baby. Gets a fastball, and he does not let that get by him. He does some damage out to center field for the 2-run homer to cut the deficit. Look at this. Beautiful swing. Checks out the dugout. Watch this. There it is. Get some love from the dugout.
That Red Sox home run brought to you by Nissan. Red Sox on the board. Now a 4-2 game thanks to Trevor Story. He's driven in 18 runs now. But the RBIs are coming.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. He's just going to, he was pressing early on. And the spring training was short. We don't, I've said it a million times, it'll be annoying, but.
Bounder up the middle by Bobby Dahlbeck. Toro up and over, 1 away. Cart ride for Trevor. No money guns tonight.
There it is. Look at him. Just a happy guy. Sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Gotta love the smiles.
Yeah, good to see.
Yeah, those two especially.
It was a period of like 3 weeks. Didn't look like anybody was smiling.
I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't have been smiling either. Anytime you look up there and you look at your stats and you're like, oh, God. That's not even my weight.
Vasquez 225 with 1 home run. His batting stat presented by Plymouth Rock Auto and Home Insurance for Boston sports fans. Jackie Bradley Jr. on deck. And fought off foul by Christian. Did have an RBI single in the 4th inning last night. And Tanner Houck up in the pen. As Eck calls him, cool hand Luke. And the 1-1.
Yeah, one of the things I love most about Vasquez is when he gets that slider down and away from him, he does such a good job of staying with it and just flicking it into the outfield. I think he's one of the best at it on this team. It's kind of fun to watch. So see if it happens here.
Going too quick, and he got the time called by Scott Barry.
Kirby's not happy with it, but Scott Barry's called time a few times because hitters haven't been ready. There's nothing worse if a hitter's looking down.
One out, 2 runs in on the Trevor Story blast to center. He fights off a breaking ball there, curveball. Kirby long and lean at 6'4", 215 pounds. Seattle has been able to draft high for quite a while.
Definitely helps.
He's a first-round pick, and that one's knocked foul, back out of play. I've always thought that market with a great ballpark there in Seattle, and I think a fan base that's just dying to cheer for their baseball team, it's a sleeping giant.
I think it's just the travel on the body and how it hurts players. And
driven, slicing, Souza on the move, not going to get it, takes a bounce and into the stands. That'll be a double. A good at bat by Christian Vasquez. He gets 2 out of it. His 4th double of the year.
Yeah, this guy, look at the same thing I was talking about. He goes the other way so good on the off-speed pitches. Does a good job of hanging in there, staying back on it just enough, and just basically almost just like flicking it that way. Not like a hard swing, just trying to redirect that ball. Yeah, the thing about the Seattle thing that is hard in a lot of ways too is it is the travel. The positive is signing free agents and the taxes. That is a positive they have in their back pocket there. But people know how hard it is to play there based on the travel and how hard it is on your body.
Well, it remains one of the premier ballparks, I think, from a fan experience, as Jackie gets in. 189, no home runs.
I always loved going to, Seattle was always a great time. I love that city, but I did notice every single year that downtown got a little rougher and rougher and rougher, and it was always really sad to see. But I always enjoyed it. Try to put my head down, not focus on any of that, but it's tough.
0-1 to Jackie. He has that breaking ball. He also has a very good slider.
Yeah, it's going to throw more changeups too. He's not going to throw a lot of changeups to righties. Every once in a while he'll throw one, but he's going to use that pitch against lefties a lot.
Yep, Jackie might see one here. Houck is ready to come in. Well, the ground ball back to him. That was a slider. And gets him. 2 down.
Following Extra Innings Live, stay tuned for Red Sox Final presented by Aspiration. We will have more player reaction and the latest news from around the major leagues.
Top of the order, Kike, 0 for 1 with a pop-up. Red Sox have cut the lead in half pretty quickly on the Story 2-run homer after the Verdugo base hit. Kike trying to keep it rolling, looking to extend his hitting streak to 7 in a row. He'll take ball 1.
Yeah, one thing on this last play, Vasquez on the comebacker, it's always a tough one because you're trying to score on the ball, or you're trying to move up a run. Did a really good job of getting back and freezing Kirby.
Right-handed with a 1-0 pitch. And a good check.
Yeah, we'll see it right here. Check this out. Takes a hard, quick step, realizes I got to get back. That's a key. Base running is such a big deal in the game and needs to be taught a lot more at the younger levels because it is what changes seasons for a lot of teams. Bad base running loses a lot of games.
And it's deflating.
Super.
You can see those dugouts collapse when a guy makes a bad base running decision. Conversely, it can energize a team when you have a lot of good base runners.
Correct. When you get guys that go first to third a lot, or like Kike's off the wall, scoring a run, it's a big deal. Because run production is not easy in the game today, and every little base you can get and take, you got to get it.
Just cannot give up outs on the bases. That'll be ball 4.
Love it.
So now the Red Sox are doing to Kirby what Seattle did to Rich Hill. They're really making him earn it.
And I'm loving that walk by Kike too. Kike's in swing mode a lot, you know, and he's been in swing mode a lot. But when he starts getting those walks, and that's the confidence, seeing the ball more, knowing, hey, I don't have to swing at these pitches that they're trying to get me to swing at bad pitches, pop it up, roll over.
Pete Woodworth, the pitching coach, out to the hill here for the Mariners to talk with Kirby and company. And guess who's coming to dinner? Rafi Devers is next.
He's basically got his mouth. He's got his hand over his mouth trying to say, like, hey, listen, this guy, I don't know where to throw it, but hey, good luck. Have fun with it.
Good luck. Maybe the sign of the cross. There you go. Go get him, kid.
Excuse me, Kirby, what religion are you? We're going to have to pray.
Right.
To whatever God you believe in.
Going to do that right now. Because here comes Raphael. He laced a long single his first time up.
Ball down right at his knees and just,
344 now with 7 home runs.
Yeah, it was only a 106 EV.
Yeah. Just 106. Vasquez and Hernandez aboard.
And Rafi's done such a good job. He's been taking those changeups down the past few days, and that's a sign of a guy that's seen the ball well.
Now, nobody in the major leagues has more hits than he does. He has 53 hits, number 1. He also has 15 doubles. That's number 1. Shot into the shift, and Toro up and over. And that is that. Red Sox get 2. It is 4-2 Seattle. DX is an electrifying new baseball format. It's taking on a global feel to London, Seoul, Mexico City. Teams will represent 4 iconic Major League Baseball clubs. They'll compete in a bracket-style competition, earning points in every city to determine the ultimate MLB Home Run Derby X champs. Points are scored by both offense and defense, with home runs and epic catches stealing the show. Lots of music, ballpark culture, a lot of great stuff. We're delighted to be joined by a couple of members of the Red Sox team. You know this guy, the great Johnny Gomes from the 2013 World Champions, and also Liv Cook, professional footballer, freestyler. That means soccer for those of us here in the States.
Yeah, you've got to clarify that.
I will have to. And by the way, seen some of your work, amazing.
Thank
Incredible.
you.
So
Thank
cool.
you.
So talented.
The stuff you can juggle. We know how talented Johnny is with a baseball bat. Your feet are unbelievable.
I mean, I'm just here in the States to hopefully learn from Johnny. I want to be hitting like him.
Johnny, tell us about the format.
Yeah, so it's going to be an alumni player from the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Cubs, and the Dodgers. And most importantly, what I'm really enjoying about this is the fan engagement global, right? You've seen the NFL go over to London. You know, you've seen the NBA go over to China. And it's time for MLB to expand the fan base, educate fans that aren't fans yet on the game. And what a great way to do it by hitting home runs and having, you know, content creators like Liv here sharing the field with us.
Liv, you're so good with your feet, but, you know, we know how baseball is played. You got to be able to use your hands. So this is all new to you. But how big a baseball fan are you, or were you, coming into this?
Do you know what? I'll be honest. I wasn't really that into baseball. But once getting exposed to it and joining this campaign, I've become obsessed. Like, I think I started off with training once a week. Now I want to train every day.
Yeah.
I just want to get better and better, and I am loving it.
hanging out with this guy tends to do that. You know, he rubs off on people when it comes to baseball, the love of the game. We found that. Hey, you're wearing a Red Sox jersey again for this. That must be the coolest thing in the world.
That's exactly right. You know, throwing that Red Sox jersey on, representing the Red Sox, meeting Red Sox fans, global. I mean, what a better gig for me than to travel the world, hang out with Liv, and hit homers on the way.
And win.
And win.
We're going to win, right?
Yeah, very competitive, this guy over here.
So Johnny, where are you training right now for this?
So I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, still the capital of the United States for baseball, right? You got 18 spring training facilities. Santa Rosa, Petaluma, California. Love that place. But yeah, man, I'm documenting the whole thing as well and getting back into the game, getting back into shape, ruining my swing.
Totally. You don't need a good swing for home run derby. You want to ruin your swing.
And it's a trip. And going through all the stuff that the game has now with the data, you know, the different drills, the different tips, it's really cool. And what I really enjoy about like the player development side, like coaching, I think one of the most powerful things for coaching is to be able to show a kid to do it, right? Instead of, you know, telling them this, you know, get in the box and hit, you know, I want you to do this. So it's helping that out as well, and I'm really excited about it.
And Liv, for you, is this going to be a whole new side of the influencer game, moving into the Major League Baseball field like this, worldwide baseball field?
Yeah, do you know what? I do love content creation. I like influencing. I like making a difference. But when I step into a sport, it isn't influencing to me. It isn't a game. I want to be the best, and I want to win.
You want to win?
I want to win.
You're serious about that?
How awesome is that?
Serious about
That's
this.
why
I'm
she's
next
on
to
my
Johnny.
team. We got picked the right one.
We know that for true as Xander lines it up and throws out Torrens. Tanner Houck into the game, backing up Rich Hill here. What has your Fenway experience been like? I mean, coming to this cathedral of baseball.
It's been incredible, and what a nice welcome. I mean, Johnny's been showing me around. We've been in the I don't even know what you call it. It's not the changing rooms. What is it where they do batting practice?
The batting cage down there.
The batting cage,
Yep.
yeah, like the
Batting
locker room
cage.
area. We've been over to the Monster. I signed the
Signed it.
inside of
You
it.
did sign the Monster.
I did, yeah.
Have to do that. Yep.
I know, of course. And then Johnny gave me a shirt with my name on.
Yep.
It says number 22 on the back, though. I'm not too happy about that.
We got to change it to 1.
Yeah,
Number
yeah.
1 in your heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So when does this all start? What city?
We're
what
going
city's
to
the first?
London, July 9th. September will be Seoul, South Korea, and then Mexico City in October.
Well, you guys get some traveling to do.
Got some points coming. Got some miles.
How does the ball fly in London?
We're about to figure it out. Yeah.
The
Bounding ball
wind,
to
you don't
first.
know, with English weather.
Tanner Houck gets there for the out. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck with all the travel and in the competition. I like your team already because of this guy
seeing
right
ya.
here to start.
Yeah.
Back us to win. Pray
Yes,
for us.
we got you.
We're going to get the boys
Appreciate it.
hot. We're going to get the boys hot before we leave, too.
Well done there. 4-2, Seattle has the lead. Coming up, presented by John Hancock, helping families like yours for over 150 years. The Mariners in town through Sunday. Day off on Monday. Red Sox are in Chicago. And then back to face the Orioles and the Cincinnati Reds on into the month of June, if you can believe that. JD will lead things off here. Red Sox trail by 2/3 inning. Always great to see Johnny Gomes. I always think back to Boston Strong in 2013 whenever I see Johnny and all that he meant to that championship team, fouled away by JD, who's 0 for 1, a fly to right.
Yeah, Johnny, man, he's got a lot of energy. He's gonna hit some homers too. He ain't gonna get cheated, I can tell you that.
No, I think he's playing to win that thing.
He is definitely not gonna mess around.
Liv is serious too.
Yeah, she said we're finishing number 1.
Served the other way and a base hit into right field past the diving France. And JD has his first knock of a new hitting streak.
There it is, getting the hit out of the way. He says, shift this. I got it. Guessing that's a low EV knock. That looks like a high EV in the books. He was joking around with Verdugo and BP saying, hey, it's not how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it. And just like that, pro hitter.
Xander struck out in the first inning. He is 0 for 1, hit a solo home run last night. Right now number 3 in the American League in hits and 4th in batting average. Check swing, didn't mean to, and that's going to bound along the line and going to be a foul ball. Just got the bat in the way in that check.
And so for some fans that might have saw that, the ball before it goes over first base, that's the home plate umpire's call.
He's got it right.
That's why you didn't see any reaction from the first base umpire.
But you also didn't see for a while a reaction from Scott Barry.
No, it was really weird though, because Ty France, you know, if you're the first baseman there, you need to charge that ball and go get it. He kind of waited, then he kind of like hung over. Kind of interesting right there. But we'll take that. Thank you.
Foul, strike one. I'm always interested to see a rookie, a young guy like this fella, George Kirby, how he reacts to being in a ballpark like Fenway, facing a lineup like this. A high fly. That's well hit. Rodriguez back, and he'll make the catch. He was unsure about that, though. Out number one.
Yeah, right off the bat, like that's what we were talking about. This time of night, it's not easy to see it, especially with an overcast. He looked up and then he put his hands up. I thought he didn't see it at all. Tune in to Friday Night Fenway, presented by Budweiser, tomorrow at 5:30. We will have an exclusive TC interview with Alex Cora. Budweiser, Major League Beer.
Jake DeBrusk and Craig Smith from the Bees getting it done. Well, what do you expect from hockey players, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, season's over, right? Gotta have a few beers at Fenway.
Darn right. More coming, I think. Plus dogs, they get everything. Verdugo with a pop-up. Backing up Frazier, but plenty of room there. And two down in front of Trevor Story, who's already unleashed a home run in this one. Two-run blow to center field, 4-2 Seattle. Did you always love it when some of the other athletes around town, maybe their seasons are over, when they come to the ballpark and maybe they drop by, they say hello, they might be around, you know, beyond the cage at BP, or they could even come in the clubhouse to say hi?
Yeah, I always enjoyed. Yeah, I was always close with the hockey guys. You know, Sean Thornton used to come in, always would take a hat because he's got a large melon like myself. So Thornton would take my hat, and then Tuca when Tuca came around. So it became really close with those guys. So yeah, it was fun. And then you get the opportunity to drink out of the cup by becoming boys with.
Did you do that?
Yeah, over there at the Cask and Flagon one night. It was unbelievable. Good time.
Do you realize where that thing has been?
Yeah, I don't care. I've gotten COVID twice.
Okay.
Possibly third. I'm good.
No, that'd be the thrill of a lifetime. I've never been able to do that. No one's ever offered me a drink from the Stanley Cup, but I'd jump on that opportunity.
Right? You don't say no.
You don't care what you're drinking either.
And you don't worry about the germs. You just go for it.
Right.
Whatever happens after, just deal with it.
Story's third home run of the season in the second inning. Who was the athlete you met you were just awestruck by?
Wow, that's a really good question.
I mean, like, just blew you right away. Like, I never thought I'd meet that person in a million years, and there they are standing right in front of you, and they want to meet you.
Oh,
there's another drive. He sucked this one deep, and she is gone. Trevor Story has tied the game, and he's done it all by himself.
Yes, sir.
His second home run tonight.
Look out. He's ready to tell some stories out there. Two-run shot. And, man, he sent it down on Lansdowne. Oh, he threw that changeup that he doesn't really throw to righties much. And guess what? When you leave a right-handed on right-handed batter changeup up, damage is done. Attaboy.
Well, he said two tonight. He knew at the crack of the bat they were gone.
Oh, yeah.
The 19th time in his career he's hit more than one home run in a game.
And that's a guy that, when I love where he's hitting in this lineup too, because those other guys getting on base and he starts getting hot, he's going to start driving in those runs.
Bobby Dahlbeck 0 for 1.
Yeah, poor Bobby gets up there and he paints a fastball about 2 inches off the plate for a strike.
Yeah, there you go. 4-4 game. And Trevor Story starting to get rolling.
Yeah, these are the most frustrating. You can tell with Bobby right there. He's frustrated a little bit. But there's nothing worse when you're getting pitched really well, right? And getting that fastball painted on the outside corner. Need to make another mistake here.
Hot shot. Moore scoops and fires, and that retires the side. But Trevor Story strikes again. His second 2-run homer tonight.
Where it's 4-4 Red Sox and Mariners after a big blast from Trevor Story. I'm sitting here with a good friend of mine, Jacob Pascal, 16-year-old, who was granted a wish today in association with the Red Sox and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He is battling leukemia. And you get a chance, my friend, to go to the All-Star game this year in Los Angeles. It's pretty cool to go to the Midsummer Classic. Who are you most looking forward to?
I don't know. I'm just really excited to see like a ton of great All-Stars like JD, Bogarts, Devers, just all around excited.
I'm sure you grew up watching the All-Star game. It's probably got to be an exciting experience for you. Is this something you ever imagined?
Nah, I could have never imagined a great experience like this and like that I'm going to have.
I hear baseball is not only your favorite sport, but it's also a hobby for you. In this cancer battle, though, for you, Jacob, how much of a relief is it for you to have just a few moments to escape that?
It's great. It's like once in a lifetime moment that I can enjoy and just be myself, be around this crowd and all these players and just have a fun time.
And you had an opportunity to meet some of the Red Sox today. How was those experiences like for you?
That was amazing. I got signatures from Kike, JD, Jake Diekman, JBJ. Verdugo signed my jersey. It was great.
That's pretty awesome. Jacob, thanks so much for the time. Enjoy the Midsummer Classic. I know you're probably taking your parents, Lisa and Domingo, here with you. But if you guys need a fourth, you got me with you, man. Thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Back over to you, OB.
Jemai, thank you very much. Jacob, thanks so much for being with us, my friend. Got an Alex Verdugo signature there. A lot of great autographs, too. And off to the All-Star game.
Wow, that's awesome.
Dylan Moore with a 3-run homer. That came in the second inning. He's 1 for 1. We're locked up 4-4 here in the fourth. And a swing and a miss on the sinking fastball to get him. Outclaims a strikeout victim here in the fourth.
Yeah, great pitch right here. You know, the key with Houck is when he can throw this fastball in and he can have that slider sweeping away from a righty. When you have to try to cover in with the fastball and stay back on a slider that's going away from you, it makes it feel like the plate has about 6 inches more on each side, and it's not an easy task. But I love when he's throwing in with that sinker and mixing that slider out and away. Tough on righties.
Souza Jr. 0 for 1 with a pop-up.
Ooh. That was nasty.
Tanner was talking before the game about, his development as a major league pitcher and the ups and downs and some of the roles he's been comfortable with, some he hasn't done quite as well in his own estimation. You got to remember he's 25 years old too.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you're 25, you're still growing, you're still learning. I mean, your brain's is finally developed at 25, they say, right? So
they say.
I don't know about that. I'm 43 now. I don't know if it's fully developed yet.
I'm in my late 50s and still got a ways to go on a daily basis.
But yeah, I mean, also too, the way he throws and how it's weird to say this, but when a guy is filthy with a slider or something like that, it's hard to control at times. So trying to keep that under control it's really it's important to keep those mechanics in line. And as we talk about it, another pitch like that.
He said, look, my personality is glass half full. That's how I look at life, which is great. At the big league level, that can be hard to do with all the failure that is part of climbing up the ladder. Just missed with that one.
Wow.
And 3-2.
Gotta have that one. No, and being young too, a lot of things that you do learn the most of are your failures, right? When you fail and you get back up there on that mound and you make good pitches, and then you're like, oh, there it is, and you just got to keep building and building upon it.
Blew him away in the end. He just reared back and fogged him with 95 back-to-back Ks.
I just love his swag out there. I mean, he's got this swag to him that so he is Bayou.
Yeah, I think you could take this kid, send him to Hollywood if they were still making westerns. He could be the bad guy or the good guy, you know, because he's got a little bit of a scowl out there, but tugs that cap down and
put that cowboy hat on him.
Yeah. 2 up, 2 down. Frazier. He's walked and scored. He's also grounded out to short. Red Sox battling back from down 4-0. But have quickly come back to tie it.
And having that swag and confidence is a big deal in the major leagues. You know, sometimes you got to fake it too. You got to tell yourself, hey, I'm really good, but man, inside you're like, I really stink right now. And it's not easy.
But it's what you project to your opponent and
Correct.
everybody, your teammates too.
Oh yeah, I mean they can. There's so many times where you're in that dugout and you can just see blood. When you feel like you just see blood and you're like a boxer and you're going to keep going at it, you can tell when pitchers get rattled in the dugout. There's a lot of chirping too, like, oh, we got him, let's go.
Story will pick that, and a good smooth inning for Tanner Houck. He gets a 1-2-3. Sox baseball on NESN, brought to you by Duncan. New England and Red Sox Nation runs on Duncan. Plymouth Rock, auto and home insurance for Boston sports fans. Berkshire Bank, all wallets welcome. And by Subaru of New England and the all-new Subaru Outback Wilderness, SubaruofNewEngland.com. Back at Fenway, tied up, Red Sox and the Mariners, 4-4 to the bottom of the fourth we go. Vasquez, Bradley, and then Kike Hernandez against Kirby. Red Sox trying to grab game 1 of a 4-game series after taking the series from Houston. No small thing the way the Red Sox bounced back after getting hammered the night before. But when you have a performance like Nick Pavetta's last night, one of the best performances by any pitcher in the major leagues this year, hands down.
Yeah, blowouts are not as bad on the psyche of baseball players. It's just you get over them. It's the ones that's the walk-off. You know, you make an error, you do something. Those are harder to get over. But when you get your butt kicked, you don't really care that much the next day because you know, hey, we got a lot of games left, and you can't pout. You just get back on it and go at it. So, I mean, it happened, you know, against the Yankees. You know, in the 04 series, got crushed. That one wasn't as hard.
That's right. Red Sox got destroyed there in game 3.
Oh, that was ugly.
And it felt like for all the world, well, that's over.
Correct.
Far from it.
Yeah, we're just trained differently. You know, when you play a lot of games and it's every day, you got to get over yourself. You got to stop pouting. You got to get back on that way, and you got to go.
You know, I worked that series for MLB International. Rick Sutcliffe and I had the series, and we talked to Kevin Millar right before that game down on the field. He said the same thing. He said, don't let us win tonight. Look at the pitching, the way it lines up. And, you know, if this one goes the Red Sox way, as Vasquez strikes out, then it's a whole new ball game. He was serious about that. But we went over and talked to Derek Jeter when the Yankees hit. And Jeter said the exact same thing. He was saying, you know what, if they win tonight, all bets are off.
Correct.
So, you know, everybody in baseball thinks the way you're describing, that You know, the next day, whole new ball game. That's where your momentum starts.
Yeah, you got the pass is the pass, and you move on from it. Yeah, the series isn't over. You know, no matter what Yogi Berra thing you could say or cliche you want to say, it's not over.
Yeah, it's actually true.
And that's the great thing about baseball. You're not fighting time. You're fighting outs. And sometimes 3 outs is the hardest thing to get. And that's why I love. And when people argue about the time of game, I understand it goes long, but that's the purity of this game is the fact that it's about outs. It's not about time limits.
No clock in baseball as Jackie will swing and chop that one to the second baseman. Toro flips on to get him. 2 down. Visit findmassmoney.com to check your name for unclaimed money items like forgotten bank accounts, refund checks, or stocks. Top of the order now, Kike. He's popped up and taken ball 4. But do you like some of the things baseball has done to try and increase action?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I think there's some things that are added that are good, but I also think that if you're trying to cater to a fan base that doesn't have the attention span, you're not going to bring in a fan base just based on, there's nothing major you can do, in my opinion, to bring on a fan base. We need to retain the fan base that loves baseball.
Hard hit, snagged by France. He'll feed the pitcher. And a standout defensive play by France, who can pick it over there. Red Sox go 1-2-3.
All tied up here at Fenway Park in Boston. 4-4 is our score. Tom Caron with you. And coming up after the game, it's WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Who but WB Mason? I'll be joined by 2 of the hardest working guys in television. You can see Will Middlebrooks. Not sure what Jim's looking at the moment, but I'm sure it's very, very important. He will share that information. It's extreme analytics stuff. Jim is diving into the numbers, getting us analysis you won't find anywhere else. Look, he's even got a laptop. That's new. We'll go back in and help him figure out how to work it. That's all coming up after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live, guys.
He's constantly ribbing Jim Rice. I'm not sure that's a great idea.
He's just trying to fix his handicap.
Trying to fix his handicap.
Yeah, he's trying to get that thing up to win on the money game.
Good luck.
Good job, Jim. I like it. It's gonna be at 12 tomorrow.
As Ty France just made a fine play to end the 4th inning, on to the 5th. Tanner Houck took over after 2 innings from Rich Hill. France has also doubled in a run, so he's had an excellent night already. Hitting .327 with 6 home runs. So he's been very steady for them as a first baseman last couple of years. And Tanner with a 2-1. I mentioned that Baltimore shocked the Yankees 9-6 with a walk-off home run. New York was going for the sweep there at Camden Yards. Tried to check, but did he? No, that's a swing and a miss.
Ooh.
And the count 3-2. He's about to flip that bat, thinking he had a walk.
Yeah, let's check this replay out. Ah, it's close.
Hang on to that bat, Mr. France. And Houck's 3-2. High fly, but fouled on the right field line. A lot of talk coming out of that series about Camden Yards changing the dimensions and pushing back that left field wall 30 feet. And among the top of the list of complainers is Aaron Judge, who's had a great year for home runs. It's a great year period so far for the Yankees, but they think he may have lost at least 1, maybe 2 home runs in that series. A slicer foul, and it seems like that has gotten a couple of the Orioles now to be a little more outspoken, like Trey Mancini. Now a lot of the hitters are beginning to complain they went too far in Baltimore.
So we're going to go and say if Aaron Judge doesn't re-sign in New York, he's definitely not signing with Baltimore.
Not signing with the Orioles.
Even if it's for $500 million, he says, no, I'm not playing there. Yeah, it's frustrating.
He struck him out, got him with that filthy slider, and one gone.
Yeah, got some fastballs. He fouled him off, trying to stay back, trying to cheat there, probably to get to the fastball to get in fair. Nasty slider. Ooh.
Frisbee.
I got nightmares when I see that pitch. Just flashbacks of dirty sliders that, man. It's the one thing I always said. The reason I don't miss this game is nasty sliders.
Rodriguez had a good night going. He's 2 for 2. How about top 2 that you saw all time in the major leagues?
And slider. Well, you had like a guy like Michael Wirtz who he threw all sliders. Had one pitch. You just got to throw sliders and sliders, and you knew it was coming, and somehow you just couldn't like figure it out. Like, is it more? And he had 3 different like more horizontal. Yeah, some that horizontal, vertical, one in between. But nasty sliders. I'm trying to think of the guys. I mean, there's a few guys that, I mean, Scott Kazmir, his lefty slider was nasty. The lefty sliders were a lot harder for me.
Really?
Because they come in back foot, and I'd check swing a lot. Yeah, I get a lot of check swings. Trying to think of some righties. Man, I'm on the spot now.
0-2. He drops it in there. That was the split to strike him out.
Gotta love it. Talked about the split with Jemiah earlier. I think this is going to be one of his pitches that if he can get this thing going in the right direction, because now look at this thing painted, because now you got to respect the fastball, especially to righty. I see, to me, yeah, the lefties, you know, anything soft away on a split or a change to a lefty, something running away is a good thing, that they can't sit back and just try to hammer the fastball. But it's also great to the righty too.
Jesse Winker 0 for 2, 2 pop-ups to third, and a game tied 4-4.
It's amazing when you leave Cincinnati how the home run totals somehow come down.
Yeah, his have, right? Check swing. Did he make contact?
Whoa.
Did not go. And did not foul it off, and the count 2-0.
I felt he went around there. Let's check the side angle here. No, held up.
Fouled off at home plate.
Good call. We got to say that more often for the umpires.
Sure, if you'd like to.
Yeah.
If you're feeling that generous.
Their family might be watching, so I'll be nice today.
The Scott Barry family tuning in. Heck, maybe from Cincinnati. Maybe from Lake Tahoe.
Who knows?
2-1 pitch.
Yeah, that splitter back to back right there. Getting bad swings on it.
Boy, he gets a lot of those with that pitch and that ridiculous slider when he's anywhere near the strike zone with it.
Yeah, right here after throwing those changeups, I kind of like elevating that heater that he does every once in a while, or just throwing that bender on that back foot. Oh, not literally, Tanner. Don't hit him.
Almost on the foot. 3-2.
This is why they call it a backdoor slider. Look out. Or backdoor. I said backdoor. I said back foot. Oh boy. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need some more coffee.
Plenty of dunks back there. Here's the 3-2. Little blooper, and into left coming on, and it'll drop in front of Verdugo for a base hit. Pretty good at bat there by Winker.
Yeah, good at bat. I thought it was going to be this third fly out to Raffi.
Another pop-up.
I was like, we're going to be setting records here. If you get 3 pop-ups in your first at-bats to the third baseman from a left-hander. But that's it. Staying through the ball really well. Hey, get jammed. Float it in there sometimes.
It's never too late to say welcome to the 5th inning, presented by Fubo TV. Eugenio Suarez, third baseman. He's doubled. He's also struck out tonight. Seattle ahead in hits 7-6. Red Sox ahead in home runs thanks to Trevor Story, who's hit a pair. And the Sox are tied with the Mariners 4-4. 4-game series here. And Winker, the base runner, with 2 down. And a high fly to right, not deep. Jackie in. That'll do it. 1 hit, 1 man left.
To the Women's Foundation of Boston for every Red Sox hit. Echo Store, vision, strategy, success. Dave?
Jemai, thank you very much. We're at the midway point, 4-4 at Fenway. Rafi Devers going to lead things off, and then JD Martinez, Andrew Bogarts, they're all getting their 3rd look at George Kirby, the 24-year-old rookie for Seattle. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Mariners, 4 runs on 6 hits for Boston, and Rafi has 1 of those, a base hit. Trevor Story with home runs in the 2nd and again in the 3rd. So he's been a one-man wrecking crew, although we say that a lot about Rafael Devers. During his 12-game hitting streak leading into tonight, now 13 in a row, batting .458. Leading the majors in hits and in hard hit balls.
Yes, he is.
Up to 342. You see more defensive alignments by managers where they will employ 4 outfielders. And obviously it depends on the game situation. It wouldn't be done this early in a game, but it's already been in 3 different times this season with Rafi up there. And more you're seeing it done by other managers. It's not just a Joe Madden thing anymore.
No, it's that team north of the border. They do it a lot, and we just heard about they did against the Mariners too. So
right, they did. Slap foul, 2-2.
I just don't understand why they just don't put one like right on the wall. Just put a roaming guy. Try to rob home runs.
The wall roamer, yeah.
Yes. It's a new position. Hey, just stand on the wall. Just in case. He has no chance of hitting it to third. We're just going to put you on the wall.
2-2. Oh, he went. He committed on a fastball. Couldn't contain himself, and that's out number 1.
Yeah, that's a good pitch there. I mean, the elevation there. Everything up there. The reason why a lot of guys swing, it just, for some reason, that pitch up, it's right closer to your eyes, and it looks like you can just crush it. And it's so frustrating when you get that pitch and you're like, I'm going to swing, take. Oh, bat head.
Too late.
Too late.
JD 1 for 2 with a single. He has scored a run. He was aboard on the 2nd home run by Trevor.
Yeah, the hard part too is that you like hold your hands in that position. You're like, okay, you have a sight line of. There it is.
Once again, hit about as gently as he can hit it, but that's how his last 2 singles have gone.
I'll tell you what, I get more excited about these knocks than I do homers. Well, no, I love the homers just as much, but JD is such a smart hitter. I mean, he knows that if they're going to give him that hole and they're not going to give him really good pitches to hit like that slider away, I'm just going to take it out the other way, get my knock, create more hit streaks.
Last night, his 18-gamer came to an end, but he has 2 hits tonight. Xander has struck out and flied out 0 for 2. And Seattle getting an active bullpen. That's Sergio Romo out there. You can tell by the beard. It's a world-class beard.
Wonder what he's going to throw. Speaking of sliders.
Jeez.
Now I'm hungry. Dang it.
Is it that easy for you?
Sliders?
We mentioned sliders.
Throw a slider.
And you get hungry. Fastball 95 and a miss, and Xander has the count his way 2-0.
I guess the glass half full when you say sliders is not baseball, like facing the guy with a nasty slider. I'm thinking food.
Right to the food. Verdugo on deck. Red Sox trying to string some hits together here in the 5th inning against Kirby. Well, you left that question hanging a couple innings ago about the celebrity who stood in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
Athlete, celebrity, whoever. It just blew you away.
Man, it's funny. It's like I think Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron, when I got to meet Hank Aaron, was the one that I was nervous and it all.
Charged by Moore. To Toro there, and they'll turn the double play. Side is retired. We are 5 innings in, tied 4-4.
CVS Health is a leading solutions company and a trusted partner for every meaningful moment of health. Learn more at cvshealth.com. Still knotted at 4 here in the 6th inning between the Red Sox and the Mariners. And Tanner Houck, guys, tonight unveiling a new grip to his deadly slider. He says he's worked the last 5-6 days and felt comfortable finally taking it into game action. The new grip was introduced by his Red Sox teammate Austin Davis. He called it a split grip slider. He told me he has a feeling like the previous one hadn't had the same effectiveness with it. As you can see here, he's got 2 fingers on both seams. That's the difference. And he said now he feels like he's achieving more of a good sweeping action to it. Says it complements his arm slot and the 2-seam fastball as well. Getting some good swing and miss. A couple cases with it tonight.
Interesting that as good as that slider has been for him, and you could argue it's been the pitch that got him to the big leagues, he's still tinkering with it.
Yeah, I mean, what we talked about earlier, you're always trying to get better. You're always trying to get an edge at this level. And if you're not building year in and year out and trying to improve every single one of your pitches, whether it be location, velocity, spin, you name it now, you got to get better at this level.
Torrens backs away, takes a strike. The other thing that you could not help but notice from that piece from Jemai is how big his hands are and how long his fingers are.
Yeah, those long fingers are everything. We know that here in Red Sox Nation with Pedro Martinez.
Fouled away. I'll give you another guy I had the pleasure of working with in the booth, Tom Seaver. Same thing. Pedro-esque fingers.
Yeah. It's also the big thing in football too, I guess, with quarterbacks. I mean, that's in the draft they talk about the hand size.
Sure.
They did with Joe Burrow though, and he got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it's some guys have it, some guys don't. You know, longer fingers, short. The long fingers in pitching though do help.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Down goes Torrens, 1 away. Came inside with some heat there.
So it's a funky rotation of the baseball too. I think that's the fun part about watching a little slow-mo. He just does it differently.
A lot of action, man, when he is throwing the ball the way he wants. Abraham Toro with a single, a ground out, 1 for 2. Toro, a native Canadian. Bases empty, 1 down, tied 4-4. Hits even 7-7. One thing about tonight too with Tanner that you'd notice is he's not overthrowing the fastball. He's sitting around 93. When he needs it, 95, 96. On one bounce, it gets to Story. from the outfield grass, and 2 down.
This week on Dining Playbook, Billy Costa and Jenny Johnson visit the highly anticipated food hall, High Street Place. Plus, they head to Hingham to check out a South Shore hotspot with an Asian flair. Catch Dining Playbook Saturday morning at 9 on Nesson. Driven by your New England Chevy dealers.
Hingham, Braintree, Marshfield, love the South Shore.
The shore.
A lot of great people off the shore.
On the way to the Cape.
You got it. Wrexham Beach. Stop in at Wrexham Beach and spend a day there in Marshfield or Wrexham Beach. Be the best day of your life.
Yeah?
I promise.
But if I'm on the beach with my shirt off, is it the best day for everyone there?
I can't speak to that.
Yes, it will be. I'm working out these days. Let's go. Prepping for summer.
You've always kept in good shape.
Oof. It's hard. It's harder as you get older.
It sure is.
And you got a couple jobs. You know, not easy. A couple kids.
I like your dedication. Dylan Moore, 3-run homer and a strikeout. Two men gone.
I'm still waiting for that machine, that cardio machine that you get strapped in and the machine just takes it. Like you just strap your arms in, you strap your legs in, and for 25 minutes it just goes.
What do you mean? Do you mean there is such a machine?
We got to find somebody that's going to make this machine where you just strap right in, and the same muscle movement patterns of running, and it just takes go.
It's the I will do no work machine.
Oh, you're working, but it's doing it all for you too.
There is. All right, I say you patent that baby, and
right across that. Hey, right across the Charles over there. Let's go to MIT. I think somebody can put that together.
You know it. Missed with that. The home plate umpire Barry looked like he was about to go, but that is going to be ball 4. So Moore is aboard. Dave Bush on the horn here.
Good call.
And here comes Bush out to the hill. Red Sox bullpen getting active again. And it's going to be Austin Davis, the lefty, who is beginning to throw. Tanner at 57 pitches.
Yeah, have you ever seen that the elliptical, like it's a road bike? So it's basically you're on a elliptical, but you're on the street with wheels. It's one of the coolest things I've seen. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
And does that do all the work for you, or
no? You got to do it, but it's an elliptical, so it's got the movement of the elliptical, but you're on wheels, and you just go down the street. You know, it's like almost like a bike, but you're on elliptical. One of the cooler things I've seen lately.
So you can work out while you're getting somewhere.
Yeah, you're working out the whole time. It's great.
Souza Jr. has popped up and struck out. I have noticed this about you, and we haven't worked together that many times. I've enjoyed every one of them and looking forward to many more, but your mind does not have an off switch.
No, it goes in many different places. It's not good. I call it the Jewish brain. It's not fun.
Or getting his lead off first base. Souza at 176. He has not hit a home run. And Tanner's first one got him to pop it up. Story is there in the center doing a breaststroke, and he is going to put this away. Side retired, a walk, 1 man left. Red Sox baseball on NESN brought to you by William Ravis Real Estate, the official realtor of the Boston Red Sox, by W.B. Mason, Huba W.B. Mason, delivering since 1898, and by New England Honda. Contact your local Honda dealer today. Red Sox and the Mariners in a 4-4 tie. Tanner Houck coming out moments ago and getting handshakes, high fives. He earned those. Really fine performance out of the bullpen. 4 scoreless innings tonight.
Yeah, did a great job. Using all of his pitches really well, and the new slider. And now we're going to have another pitching change. Or are we?
His line is brought to you by Ace Ticket. Ace Ticket with the best seats at the lowest prices. So Tanner Dunn did his job. And now Seattle's about to make a pitching change. And it's going to be Romo coming in. Wait a minute, the umpires are signaling for the pitcher to return for Kirby to come back out there.
Because is it because he took them out and finished his warm-up pitches?
Very well might be the case here.
Because he finished his warm-up pitches and he's got to throw to 3 batters? Is that?
I mean, he's a starting pitcher, he didn't have to face 3, but Romo.
That's true, right? He has to face the first batter. Sorry. Good catch, Dave.
Romo walking off after
he just quit. I'm
coming
out.
in. He's done. So this is interesting.
The weird thing was Scott Service, before he took a step backwards, and I thought, oh, maybe he's not taking him out.
Umpires caught this. They were off to the right side of the mound, and when Service was out there, and they told him, no, he's got to pitch. So Kirby continues to warm here. Kirby at 70 pitches, 42 strikes here. And the Red Sox touched him up for 4 runs on homers by Trevor Story. 2-run shot in the second, another one in the 3rd inning.
We talk about it all the time. You see something new every time you in this game.
So Verdugo to get in. He has singled. He has also flied out to left. High drive, center field. Rodriguez back to the wall, leaping, can't get it. Verdugo taking off. He is into second and stopping there, and he's got himself a double.
I'm guessing that's his last batter.
Yeah, here comes Service.
Went out on a limb right there. Great job by Doogie. Getting that pitch in the heart of the plate and driving that changeup. And Julio thought he had it. He doesn't know how big that wall is, though.
Rocking the baby tonight. He's had a couple of good at-bats with a single and a double. So now Kirby can leave.
That changed his first base coach. Will Venables out at first base. Wonder what happened to Ramon Vasquez.
We'll check on that as well. We have a pitching change, and we'll return in just a moment. By Google Cloud.
Yeah, and Trevor Story here with that first fastball home run. Center, then pulling this changeup. Got him. But when you watch, he is meant for Fenway Park in a lot of ways. He's more of a pull hitter than he is going the other way and driving it. But those home runs will play every single day here at this ballpark.
So Red Sox trying to grab the lead. They have the right man at the plate. Trevor Story has been the offense with 2 2-run homers in the game. And he's going up the middle and off the glove, I think, of Toro. Verdugo will race into third. The throw gets away. Up against the railing. He's going to score. And the Red Sox have the lead. Seattle throws it around a bit. And Trevor Story is the man in the middle again. And the Sox lead at 5-4.
He's heating up. Great job of staying through this ball. Just an awkward, the spin off of it. Hard to time it up with Toro at second base. Hits off the top of his glove. They try to throw the weird part was Rodriguez, I felt like he thought it was a force out the way he threw it to third. Seemed very odd to me how he tried to get Verdugo, knowing that he has probably no chance here. But that's a young player getting a little amped up and excited. Ball gets away. Good job by Verdugo taking home.
Red Sox have come all the way back, and now Dahlbeck with a high fly to shallow left. And Frazier with the grab. Story holding at second.
Yeah, Romo to righties. He's really that slider. Same thing as going back to like Rich Hill, and that slide. His slider feels like you're on it. And as you can see there, Bobby was just out in front just a little bit. And then sometimes it beats you and jams you. He's got this funky slider that it's hard to time up, and sometimes you're out in front, sometimes you're a little late.
Vasquez with a double and a K. Trevor Story 3 for 3 tonight. And Romo one slider after another typically. Always tough to hit.
Yeah, he's one of those guys too. You know what's coming, and it's still hard.
One-0 pitch, way outside. 5 runs, 9 hits for Boston tonight. 4 runs, 7 hits, and now an error for Seattle.
I like this matchup though, because Vasquez is pretty good at taking that slider the other way. Got a lot of room over there. Now it's just about staying back enough and not trying to pull it.
Another slider, but 3-0.
It's a heck of a frame by Torrens. He moved that thing about 2 feet.
The presentation, as the catchers like to call it.
Yes. Presentación. I hope I got that right to all the Spanish speakers out there.
1 man gone. Red Sox trying to add on another run here in the 6th inning. Runner goes. It's a strike. The throw down, and he's safe. Oh, he thought it had gotten away. He almost made a mistake there, but was able to hang on to the bag. And look at Carlos hanging on to him.
Come on, Carlos, get that leash on him. Woo. Hey, when you hit 2 home runs, you get the base hit, you're on fire. You think you can do anything in this game. But man, great job taking that base with 1 out. This is unbelievable though, how he gets ready to run, but he puts his feet back up on the base quickly. Watch. Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's an athlete right there. Someone like myself, we're probably falling over, eating dirt. Not pretty.
Infield in. So he's stolen 5. In this game, you're seeing the array of his talents. You really are. His ability to wreak some havoc on the bases, hit the ball out of the ballpark. And foul back.
Man, we're getting closer. It's not a we're at a bad angle though to get these foul balls. We're 2 straight back.
Yeah, we are. But you're going to get a couple.
Yeah, what stadium are we offset to the right or left a little bit?
Yeah, there are a few. You would have liked the ballpark in Texas, but we were about 9 miles away. 3-2 in there for strike 3. So it caught him looking. And now 2 down, and the infield will back up.
I thought initially he was going to call this a ball. But good call. Just a really good pitch right there at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah. No
Vasquez,
argument from Vasquez. He knew it was a strike.
He thought it was going to sink a little bit more out of the zone.
Jackie 0 for 2 has a chance to pick up an RBI. Infield at normal depth. 5-4 Sox here in the 6th inning.
And this is a big run here. We'll take a pass ball or wild pitch.
And Romo with a 1-0. Not a guy who has been a hard thrower in his career, but he's cagey. That great breaking ball.
It's always hard to tell, too, on those two pitches, right? It's 2-0, throwing the ball a little off. Is he trying to let Jackie, try to swing something back? Is with Kike right on right matchups better? We'll see here.
In for a strike.
It's funny. Sometimes you overthink, like, oh, maybe he's pitching around here, but no, he just threw 2 balls.
Misevich in the bullpen for Seattle, the left-hander. And a 2-1. And a block by Torrens. Well, I think we're about to find out whether he's pitching around him.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? Like he's unhappy with himself. Said something that we can't repeat on air because he's not hitting his spot with his fastballs. He did with the slider. So do you sit here with 3-1, sit on slider?
Well, it is his money pitch. 85 miles an hour. Wasn't the slider, and it's 3-2.
And that's something that you always want to be able to ask a hitter right away. Were you looking slider right there because he missed with the fastballs? And of course, then he throws one right there. It's the beauty of this game. So it's a mental game. It's a grind up there.
Payoff pitch to Jackie. Got a piece of it. Kike on deck.
On that foul ball, good job fouling off, but he's coming around it a little bit on this slider. Love to see him keep his hands inside of that a little bit more to be able to drive it.
Romo's 3-2. Jammed him that time.
I think that ball was going to hit him.
Yeah, very much a defensive swing, otherwise he gets drilled, but it was a slider too.
Watch this thing. That was close. We've seen that a few times in baseball, though. A swing and miss, and the ball hits a guy in the chest. It's never a good feeling because you know you're going to be replayed on every outlet that shows a baseball game.
Makes it worse is it's a strike. 8th pitch of the at bat coming up here. Jackie trying to do a little damage. And they'll battle on. They'll do 3-2 once again. Red Sox coming off a big win over Houston last night. And that spectacular performance by Nick Pivetta. Tonight going to have to do it more with the sticks. And they have jumped in front by a run. Crowd would like another run right here. Hammered but foul. This might be Jackie's longest at bat of the season. Right here.
Yeah, really good at bat fouling off these sliders. Trevor Story is literally halfway home too. Trying to get Romo to balk or do something crazy.
Here comes the 10th pitch. High fly ball. Headed for the wall. Off the green, and a run is in. Jackie into second. Red Sox add another. Terrific at bat by JBJ.
Absolutely an amazing at bat right there. Gosh, it's so great when a guy fouls off that many pitches, then finally gets that fastball and does some damage. Great job, JBJ. That's a big run there too.
Way high up on the monster. A 10-pitch at bat.
Just missed that. It might be an out in Baltimore.
Franchi loves it. Yeah, Baltimore, it's caught 20 feet in front of the wall. With the new dimensions. Here's Kike now trying to keep it rolling. A little bit of breathing room now. 6-4. A really nice comeback for the Sox tonight.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, you watch Sergio Romo too throwing 85-86. It's location, 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 man. He's a real estate investor. He's just trying to hit his spots, trying to get bad swings. Just painted that first one. Need another mistake.
Floater into left field. Frazier to retire the side, but Sox do get 2. It's now 6-4. Red Sox baseball is brought to you by Fubo TV. Watch live sports and TV try free. Citizens made ready. Find Mass Money. Visit findmassmoney.com to check your name for unclaimed money items. And by Window World, the official replacement windows of the Boston Red Sox. Trevor Story has been right in the thick of it tonight, as he has 3 hits and a couple of 2-run homers. BuyFordNow.com. The call to the bullpen is Schreiber will make an appearance after Tanner Houck went 4 scoreless innings. Frazier to lead things off here. Just to clarify exactly why Kirby had to remain in the game to face Alex Verdugo. The rule is 5.10 HI and fairly obscure. Now the 1-1. If a pitcher was already in the game, crosses the foul line on his way to take his place on the pitcher's plate to start an inning, he shall pitch to the first batter until such batter is put out or reaches first base.
Wow. Unless it's an injury, correct?
Correct.
I was going to say that number too.
Kike will make the catch. Tracked it down. And that will be out number 1. Well struck by Frazier, but for an out.
What was the number again?
It was 5.10 HI.
Okay. I had 5.2. Sorry.
Ty France a double in the second, and he's got 1 for 3 with an RBI. And we'll take outside a ball. Rodriguez on deck.
Yeah, there's so many rules in this game. It is such a difficult game, and you see something crazy all the time. And I've always talked to you about this, right? Like if you ever get a chance to manage, you always have to have somebody in that dugout that has a lot of wisdom, that has seen a lot of baseball games and seen something like that.
Right. Bounder up the middle. Story will grip it. 2 down.
Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center provides first aid and emergency care at Fenway Park throughout the season. BIDMC is official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit BIDMC.org for more info. And just another note, guys, Will Venable has first base duties tonight because Ramon Vasquez attending his son Nomar's high school graduation tonight.
Oh, love the name too.
Congrats, Nomar. I remember him when he was a little baby, little young buck.
Is Rodriguez has 2 singles. He has also been called out on strikes.
Yeah, he was a great teammate too, Vasquez.
He was.
Great teammate. A lot of fun playing with him. Smart guy too.
Not surprising you that he's coaching.
Yeah. Good middle of the infield guy, utility guy, could swing it. And the one thing I asked him the other day was, when they had the meeting at the mound and Story took off on the first pitch, did you tell him because of the meeting? And he said, no, it wasn't because of that, but he just knew the way he paused and took a little more time that he was going to think about that pitch. And that's the thing I love most about the base running coaches and talking to them is, did you tell him or did he go on his own, and why?
Look to check, and he did. Red Sox with a 2-run lead in the 7th. In play for Xander. Friendly hop. Cuts him down. Had to get rid of it because that kick and run floats. 2-3 inning. Steal.
Great jump right there. Good throw too. Whoa, whoa. He's just feeling it. He's like, I can do anything right now. I'm Superman. Oh wait. Carlos Fabulous trying to put the reins on him.
Zenni's Eyewear Steal 2 at 80% off traditional retail only at Zenni.com. Zenni is the official eyewear of the Boston Red Sox. So on to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Devers to lead things off here. And Misevich coming into the ball game, the left-hander. And we'll get Devers, Martinez, Bogarts. Says to his manager, thanks for the favor.
I'm so glad you got to pronunciate that first.
Misevich?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him Miz.
You know his teammates do.
Yeah, I guarantee they do the spelling bee for all the teammates to try to figure out how to spell that in spring training. Seattle always had the best commercials with players. I always found that they always had the best commercials in between innings with players. They did such a good job. Every time we were out there were some funny commercials. Like Boone would flip the his bat flip. He'd have a rake. He'd have all these objects and he'd throw them. Did a good job out there.
Raffy has a 13-game hitting streak after the base hit in the first inning. 1 for 3 tonight. Although it has really belonged to the Red Sox second baseman Trevor Story with 3 hits, 2 home runs. And he has been in the middle of the whole thing. And the left-hander's 1-1. Raffy sitting there with 7 home runs. Red Sox trying to pick up a game. Yankees did lose to Baltimore 9-6. As the Orioles took the last game of that series. Yankees were trying to sweep. He left that one up. And really good news before the game. No setbacks for Michael Wacha, so he's going to pitch tomorrow night. Game 2 of this series against Robbie Ray. Pretty good duel there. Garrett Whitlock will go Saturday. And down he goes on that cutter away. Struck him out. And 1 out in the Red Sox 7th.
Yeah, Raffy not happy with himself hitting his helmet afterwards, but this pitch just took off. Good little cutter there.
JD Martinez 2 for 3 this evening. There's Mike. Getting ready to get back in there. He's been awfully good. One man out for JD, and looking for that 3rd hit. He'll foul it away, strike 1. Since the start of 2016, Red Sox have gone 19-15 against the Mariners, including 11-5 at Fenway. Out there, it's been a different story. There've been a lot of crazy games, late night games for folks back east that ended in very bizarre fashion involving the Red Sox in Seattle. So out there, it's been a different story. But here, the Red Sox have kind of had their way with the Mariners in recent years.
Yeah, it's always weird out there. I remember we always had a tough time playing out there in Seattle.
Yep. Like late finishes, you know, nutty walk-off plays and stuff like that.
Oakland too.
Oakland as well.
There was always something at Oakland.
A couple weeks, Red Sox will be out there once again. Got a long West Coast swing coming up. But a bunch of home games until then. Here comes the 0-2 to JD. Torches that one. Headed for the wall. He's off for second. Digging for two. He slides. He's in there. Three-hit game for JD Martinez.
Well, you held him down for one night. He said that's enough. Takes this curveball. Man, he is on that thing. And had to hustle too, because that's a good arm coming out from center field with Rodriguez. Great job hustling in there for the double. Gotta go. Put that. Gotta go. Good job staying on the base too. It's always scary with that replay. Your hand gets off that bag just a little bit. They're going to find it.
JD 3 for 4, 2 singles, a double. Brings up Xander Bogaerts, who's hitless tonight. Hit into a double play last time.
Sounds about right. Goes 0 for 5. Then comes back with 3 for 4, 3 for 9. Par for the course.
Multiple hits now in 6 of his last 8 games. Talking about JD Martinez. He's batting about .550 over that time.
Pitcher might as well just step off and throw it in the outfield.
Seeing more of the Red Sox in situations like this, Hugh, where they're making sure they get this run in. They're finding a way to get it done, to give themselves breathing room and relax more. It was not the case in April, like ever, it felt like, but now here the last week 10 days it's become far more commonplace, and to count 1-1 on Xander. During Red Sox first pitch, presented by Rodenheiser Home Services, TC Jim and Will highlighted Xander on the Rodenheiser Heat Zone. We check out those numbers against Seattle. Last 11 games he's hurt them.
Yeah, the first few not that great. Now it's time to come back and have that big at bat right here, try to drive in JD. But the Sox have done a really good job of bouncing back, and like we've talked about, the main objective that they've been trying to do is cut down the chases, and that is especially true with runners in scoring positions. It's very key and vital. Get good pitches to hit. They're trying to throw pitchers' pitches to you early to try to get you to swing because they know you're aggressive. Sox have done a really good job of staying away from that and working the counts and getting good pitches for them to do damage on. Especially that guy.
JD off second with 1 away. Down to the dirt. That's going to roll by a catcher, but no advance by Martinez.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, on TV, you look at that, you're like, why didn't he run on that? From second base, the angle, you get blind and you don't know if it's right behind the catcher or if it's like 8 feet behind him. You're blinded.
And the left-hander with a 2-2. He'll pop a foul to hang in there. Alex Verdugo, good night at the plate. He's on deck. He has 2 hits already. Astros leading Texas 2-1 in the 5th inning. White Sox already won. They beat Kansas City 7-4. Cincinnati won. They beat Cleveland 4-2. I say that with a hint of surprise because it's been a miserable year for Cincinnati. in the basement at 10 and 26 in their division.
Yeah, got the Battle of Ohio and the Battle of Texas.
Xander looking to pick up his 17th RBI here, batting .329. Pretty calm night at the ballpark. We've had a number of very windy ball games here, but not this evening. Hit toward the alley, on the move. It's Rodriguez. JD will advance back to second base, and there are 2 down. Xander 0 for 4.
Catch a condensed 2-hour version of this Red Sox game following our post-game coverage on Sox in 2. Brought to you by Bigelow Tea, the official hot tea of the Red Sox. Yeah, there's nothing worse than having that good of a bat, drawing it to 3-2, and then just getting it off the end.
Alex with a single, a double, 2 runs scored. He'll take a ball. Trevor Story looking for a 4-hit game. He's on deck. Yeah, to our point a moment ago, since the start of 2003, Red Sox media relations has the note that the Red Sox are 108 and 132 in the Pacific time zone. That includes games at Los Angeles, Oakland, and San Diego and San Francisco. Against those teams over the same time period at Fenway, Red Sox have gone 148 and 84.
Wow.
So strange stuff happens late night out west when the Red Sox are out there.
Yeah, and right now he knows I got to go get Verdugo because this guy on deck is super hot and I don't want to face him. Pretty sure this is going to be his last batter though. Let's go right on Trevor.
Hit hard the other way for a base hit. He's got a 3-hit game. And JD pulls up at third as the throw comes into home plate. Now Alex Verdugo really needed a night exactly like tonight.
And he needs to do it in the way he's doing it. He's hitting the ball to left field. You know, when he's staying with a good approach going the other way, he's a tough out. When he's just trying to drive the ball out to the outfield, get a lot of fly balls, getting underneath it, getting late on the ball. But good job of just staying with that pitch and going the other direction.
Wyatt Mills active in their bullpen.
They're taking a little time to go get him.
And here comes the manager's service. So they're about to make a pitching change and bring on a righty to take on Trevor Story, who's been very explosive tonight. So we will take the break as well. Red Sox bidding for some more runs. They have men on the corners and 2 down here in the 7th inning, leading at 6-4. And a call for the right-hander is in. Presented by Xfinity.
Well, the story of this game is Trevor Story driving that fastball to center, getting a changeup, going deep over the Plymouth Rock, and then a base hit here with some funky spin, getting toward a move. What a night he's had so far.
Experience a powerful and secure Wi-Fi connection for all your devices. Xfinity XFi. Can your internet do that? They just put the Celtics score up there at halftime, 70-45 on the Heat. The Celtics rolling. And here the Red Sox on top of Seattle 6-4. And Story about to dig in again. 2 home runs and a base hit, taking on Wyatt Mills here. with men at first and third and 2 down. So he's already had a terrific night. Along with that, in the batter's box, he has stolen a base. He has scored 3 times. He's stolen third. This, by the way, is a guy that he has faced 3 times, and he has 3 hits, including 2 home runs against Mills.
Wow. Torrens right there trying to get the pump fake to JD. Little do you know who's on third base. JD's not falling for that one.
And here's the 1-0 pitch. Bobby Dahlbeck would hit next. JD Martinez with a double in the inning. Verdugo just had a base hit, his 3rd hit. JD also with 3 hits. And Trevor Story with 3 hits.
Yeah, good production there past the big 3. That's what this team needs the most.
Tell you what, Mills knows exactly what's happened between these guys before. He's given him nothing.
Oh yeah, you're watching the game in that bullpen. You see a guy go to center and then into Lansdowne. You're being smart.
And he's done it to you before. The 3-0. Yep, nothing at all. Ball 4. So the bases are going to be loaded. That felt like an intentional walk.
Yeah, pretty much.
And sends up Bobby D. Bobby tonight 0 for 3. Bobby was born in Seattle, although went to high school in Colorado. Son of a music executive for Atlantic Records. So Bobby has met some big music superstars like Rob Thomas and Bruno Mars and others. Got the bases loaded here with 2 down. And he can bust it open. He'll take ball 1. Just needs a pitch to swing at.
Yeah, they've been pitching pretty tough tonight too. So man, right here would be a great time for Bobby to get one out of the heart of the plate and do some damage. Just staying within yourself.
All loaded up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox were down 4-0 in this game, but very early, and rallied behind Trevor Story. Boy, he hasn't thrown a strike yet.
Yeah, having a hard time, missing a lot to the glove side. Hard part too is if you try to make too much of an adjustment here, run that sinker in, hit by pitch, run scores.
Is that a prediction here?
Oh no, not a prediction. I don't know mechanical changes in pitchers. I'm just saying.
He's thrown 6 pitches. They've all missed the zone. Now the 2-0. And ball 3.
I will make a prediction here in saying Bobby is going to take this pitch.
I like that one. I think you're dead on. Boy, crowd really getting up and active.
Gotta love it.
Bases loaded, 2 down, 3-0 on Dahlbeck. Mills has to throw a strike. And he walked him. Did come inside. 8 straight misses. Another run in. JD will score. And the Sox lead it 7-4. As Dahlbeck will pick up the RBI, number 5.
Yeah, good job by Bobby. I mean, these pitches weren't too close, but good job staying calm, staying within yourself, getting something to hit. Fortunately, didn't throw him anything to hit. Run scores.
And they're going to be reloaded for Christian Vasquez. Pete Woodworth, pitching coach, out for a chat. Trying to find the magic word for Mills to throw a strike.
Yeah, it's always amazing too when a pitching coach comes out there and just, they always have a guy's missing the zone a lot. It doesn't always happen. The guy can go back and throw a lot of balls, but you know, a lot of times when the pitching coach goes out there, it's something he sees and something he says that gets those pitchers back in line. I personally want him to throw something here out over the plate so Vasquez can do some damage. Get a crooked number up there.
2 down, loaded up. And he finally throws a strike.
It's amazing, right?
Christian in his career has 2 grand slams. He's 281 lifetime with the bases loaded. What was your theory with the bases loaded?
My theory? Don't screw up. Don't mess this. No, my theory always with runners in scoring position, take it like a normal at bat. You know, depending on the pitcher, stay up the middle, hit something hard.
I've talked to guys who had a lot of success with the bases loaded, and they've often told me one of the first things they say is the reason I have fared well, I know he's in trouble.
Yep.
The guys who don't do well are making sawdust out of that bat handle. They think they're in trouble.
Yeah, and you the whole key to bases loaded runners is calming yourself down, treating it like it's a normal at bat. You get wrapped up in the emotions, the energy of the crowd. You start doing things outside of your control.
Foul away.
So you chase, you swing at bad pitches, you overswing, you jump out, you're out on your front foot too much, you get underneath the ball. When you calm down, think about just trying to hit line drives over the shortstop, second baseman. Good things usually tend to happen on those. But it's just like pitching. You're in that situation on that mound. You got to calm yourself down. You got to be convicted in your pitches.
Verdugo, Story, Dahlbeck filling up the bases, and the 0-2.
Oh,
and that one got him. That was exactly your point earlier. As he tries to make an adjustment, he drills him with the bases loaded, and another run is in.
Tell you what, that's the best hit by pitch you have. Bases loaded hit by pitches are the best. I mean, this looked like it really hurt him though. But I'll tell you, if you want to get hit, this is the time you want to get hit. But I think this got him in got him on the elbow guard at least. That padding is good, but man, you still feel it.
Yeah, it was fastball at 94. So the Red Sox lead at 8-4, and Service is going to wear out a path from his dugout to the pitcher's mound. He's going to make another move right now. Danny Young coming in. Red Sox on top 8-4 against Seattle. We'll take the break and return to Fenway in just a moment.
Own home team for Red Sox tickets. You'll always get the best seats at the lowest prices, all with Ace Tickets friendly customer service. Call 1-800-MY-SEATS or visit aceticket.com right now. And it appears maybe Johnny Gomes and Liv Cook, they use Ace Ticket. How about those seats on the Green Monster, guys?
Not too shabby. You know, Johnny knows some people here. Great view there, and the Red Sox are on top 8-4. Another bullpen change here. It'll be Danny Young, a lefty who just made his major league debut recently, earlier this month against the Phillies. And about to take on Jackie Bradley with the bases loaded. Red Sox leading by 4 runs.
Yeah, it's a good time to get some more insurance runs here.
And a good night for the Sox. So far, very good night for the Celtics as well. Well outside, a ball to Jackie. He has grounded out twice, but doubled his last time up and drove in a run. That was in the 6th inning.
He threw a warm-up pitch that was about 3 feet farther outside.
A man at every base, and the 1-0. Not close again. In the inning, 2 walks and a hit batsman, along with a double and a single.
We call those non-competitive pitches. where the hitter doesn't even think about swinging.
Cross for strike. 76-mile-an-hour slider. Story at third, Dahlbeck at second, and Vasquez on at first. Christian got hit pretty good on that elbow pad. Foul tip to the mitt. And 2-2.
Came back and found it.
Did get Christian off the non-throwing arm there off that elbow, but he's still flexing it. The 2-2. A good check swing. He did not offer. And it's full count, so
gotta love this, man. Runners going. Yeah, the good thing too for Bobby, there's no one at third base, so
crowd wants the big hit. Runners go, and another walk and another run. Red Sox patiently waiting them out, pitch after pitch, and the Sox now lead it 9-4. Jackie will pick up the RBI, his second of the ball game.
Best RBIs, hit by pitch, walk, bases loaded.
So their bullpen has thrown 37 pitches in this inning, Uke, and 20 of those have been outside the strike zone.
Yeah, it's not great right now. Got to throw strikes, especially in these situations, but good job by the Red Sox not to give in.
Kike would like something to hack at for sure. He's 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. Red Sox have gone from down 4-0 in the second inning to leading 9-4 here in the seventh. Big swing, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, good pitch right there. It's got that nasty slider. I mean, it's funky.
Dahlbeck at third, Vasquez at second, Bradley at first. Young, high fly ball in the left center field, well hit. Rodriguez says he has it. He's got it to retire the side. But the Red Sox bring 9 men to bat. They get 3 more. 9-4 Boston at the end of 7. The pitch zone presented by Amica.
Yeah, Tanner Houck having a night here, blowing the fastball by him here a couple times. And finally gets the slider. Ooh, man, sit down. Painting that outside. Another heater up and in. Just on point tonight with all 3 of his pitches.
4 scoreless innings. Get insurance you can feel confident about. Discover Amica Auto, Home, and Life Insurance. Dave O'Brien alongside Kevin Youkilis, Jemai Webster. We're on to the 8th inning. Sox up by 5. Sawamura out of the bullpen after Schreiber and Houck. Rich Hill got the start. Rich was there for 2 innings on the bump, gave up 4 runs on 6 hits, but Red Sox have picked him up. Trevor Story a major part of it. Jesse Winker has gone 1 for 3, a single tonight. Waka against Robbie Ray, who left Toronto to sign a big deal with Seattle after winning the Cy Young. That'll be the matchup tomorrow for game 2. It's a 4-game series right through Sunday afternoon. Garrett Whitlock on Saturday, Nathan Eovaldi on Sunday. Day off Monday, and Red Sox go to Chicago to take on the White Sox of Tony La Russa. Mets won again today. They beat St. Louis 7-6. They continue to have a really fine year. 26-14. They got like a 6-game lead in their division.
Yeah, City of New York's in a happy place with baseball right now.
Sure is.
That can change, though.
Yankees did lose today after winning 4 in a row. Hottest team in baseball right now is the Dodgers. They've won 5 in a row.
The Dodgers.
2-2. Whereas I grew up saying the Dodgers. To the great Vince Scully. Suarez on deck, and then Torrens. That is 4, 5, and 6 for the Mariners. They came in with high expectations this year. And like the Red Sox, got off to a choppy start. Bad start at the beginning and trying to straighten it out. Cut on and missed here by Winker. As he fans, 1 away in the 8th.
Yeah, good pitch down in the zone right there. Get that splitter. Winker has he does some weird stuff. After he hit, trying to avoid the tag, but he's going back to the dugout. That's where you just let them tag you and walk back.
Got to sell it a little bit, like, oh, I made an effort.
Nah. You either are knowing you swing in the dirt and you're taking your steps down to first, or hey, if you're walking anywhere that way, you just give up.
You're going the wrong way. Yeah.
That's it. I'm out of here. That splitter was nasty.
Eugenio Suarez with a double, a strikeout, a flyout, and he'll crank a base hit into left field.
Download the MLB app to get video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch breaking news, and more for your Boston Red Sox.
Ladies having a great time. Last night was Nurses Night at the ballpark, and that went so well. I think we ought to do that once a week.
Yeah, once Nick Pivetta gets on the bump, nurses for Nick. It's a thing.
It's a thing. It's guaranteed complete game night. As Torrens climbs in with a runner at first base and 1 man out. Red Sox up 9-4 late.
Now I can breathe as I'm watching my little league team just win a ball game in the playoffs.
Oh, your son's in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a game changer. It is a game changer to be able to watch your kid from afar, but man, the nerves watching this game trying to do it.
How old is this one?
This one's 9. It's 9 and 10-year-olds. AAA Little League.
That's a great age.
And I'll tell you what, man, I'm sitting here like watching this thing. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's great. And so now they move on, and it's elimination games. It's fun. But I'll tell you what, Little League is nuts. If you remove all the parents, I bet you the game would be a lot more fun, Sandlot style.
All of that's been said before, right?
Yeah.
Hot shot, base hit. That'll put runners on at first and second. Back-to-back singles here for the Mariners. In front of Abraham Toro.
Yeah, this pitcher right there, you're getting the ground ball, you're inducing it, just unfortunately right in that hole. Now's the time we need a little 4-6-3.
Toro 1 for 3, a single back in the second inning. He scored a run. He was aboard when Dylan Moore hit a 3-run homer. There was a time the Red Sox were down 4-0 in the game. So Sawamura now, looking for that ground ball to get out of the inning. 3 men on the right, and he'll take ball 1.
Yeah, this is the tough one too, though. With this shift, it's really interesting too, because when bogey is on the other side of second base. It's an interesting play. If it hits a hot shot to Bobby, the way he has to come around to that base to turn it.
Two-0. Meanwhile, the Red Sox have double barrel in the bullpen, Strahm and Robles. And here comes Dave Bush. And with an interpreter, runners at first and second, one out. And he has fallen behind here after the back-to-back singles. So Dave Bush with a message for Sawamura.
I love how Major League Baseball has allowed the interpreters to come out there too.
Yep, been going on for years. Great decision.
I even think Latin players should have an interpreter that can come out to the mound too.
I think you're absolutely right. The 2-0. He's gone to ball 3. There's really no need to walk anybody.
He's setting him up, OB. He's setting him up. He's making him feel really comfortable in the box to come all the way back and induce a ground ball. Man, I hope I'm right on this one.
I hope you are too. Suarez and Torrens getting the lead, and he walked him on 4 straight. It's going to load up the bases here.
Tomorrow, the Connecticut Sun are back in action at Mohegan Sun Arena. WNBA MVP Jonquel Jones leads a team of all-stars as they take on the Indiana Fever. Don't miss tip-off tomorrow night at 7 on NESN Plus.
Well, now it's the Mariners' turn. Here comes Cora. He's not going to let this continue after back-to-back hits and a 4-pitch walk with a 5-run lead. It's going to be Strahm coming in.
And interesting, going to the lefty, and that's what Strahm represents. He can go against righties and lefties well, and that is a huge plus for your bullpen to have a lefty that can get righties and lefties out.
He's been awfully reliable. We'll take the break here. Seattle pressing the matter. They have the bases loaded. More in a moment.
Youth fan club of the Boston Red Sox, Kid Nation offers young Red Sox fans membership benefits at different levels with 1 free ticket per kid every season. Join now to receive a free kids ticket for any game this season and a bonus free kids ticket available to redeem for the game on May 28th at Fenway Park. Visit redsox.com/kidnation to see a full list of membership benefits and redeem your free kids ticket. Dave?
Thanks, Jemai. A lot of smiles at ballpark tonight. Maybe not at this particular moment because the bases are loaded for Seattle, but Sox are up 5. And with 1 man out, Strahm coming on, try and settle it down. Moore, the batter. He's belted a 3-run homer and struck out. He's also taking a walk tonight. All of a sudden, the Red Sox having trouble throwing strikes.
It's contagious.
And a 1-0. And that's a ball. Moore's been a good hitter in his career with the bases loaded. .353 with 1 grand slam.
Let's get that number down right now.
Matt says yes, and a 2-0. That is ball 3. Suarez at third, Torrens at second, and Toro at first base. And here's the 3-0. And he walked him on 4 straight. That'll bring Suarez in. That'll make it a 9-5 game. As Moore takes the walk, back-to-back ball 4s. This one forces in a run. And also brings the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, not what we thought this inning was going to turn out to be when it started, but you know, this is where you got to get back up on that bump You got to find a way to compete out there and get these 2 outs.
Souza Jr. has gone 0 for 3. That's 5 in a row that Strom has missed on. The Red Sox were the beneficiaries of the same kind of an inning in the 7th when they took 3 walks and there's a hit batsman with the bases loaded too. Now it's going the other way. Wow. Vasquez has to head on out to the mound. That's 6 in a row by Strom, who hasn't had back-to-back batters like this all year.
No.
And Robles firing away in the bullpen. He should be all warmed up.
Let's hope Vasquez had something to say that he saw from his view that can help him get back on track, finding that zone.
2 balls, no strikes, loaded up, 1 down. And finally in there for a strike. A 9-5 game. Red Sox looking for a ground ball.
There it is.
2-2.
Good fastball there, getting in on him. A little tardy on that. Let's see if he sticks with that fastball again, because he's later. He goes that slider.
The left-hander's 2-2 home. Hard hit foul. Ooh. Well, it felt pretty darn comfortable when it's 9-4. It's amazing what 1 run can do to make you feel uncomfortable. Bases jammed. 2-2. And struck him out. Came back to get him.
Great job just bouncing back there. There's nothing more frustrating when you can't throw a pitch over the plate and a pitcher like him, but great job right here throwing that fastball right where he wants it. Sitting back, probably respecting that slider and curve. Great job painting that fastball.
Top of the order, Frazier now. Good line drive, guys. 0 for 3. Lined out to center last time up. And a strike.
That's huge right there,
yeah,
too.
He's locking back in.
Yep, getting ahead. Now he's got options where he can try to throw that slider, make him chase here. Doesn't have to be a strike. Trying to get a bad swing.
And got him to pop it up. Devers there. Strom recovered nicely. Gets out of the inning. No further damage. 9-5 Red Sox as we take it to the bottom of the 8th. Time now for our high-strength steel plates, brought to you by New England Chevy dealers.
Well, got a little dicey here in the top of the 8th to load the bases. Couldn't find it. Freezes Souza on a good fastball in, and then this sweeping slurve that popped him up to Raffy.
Screaming into that glove. Got it done. 9-5 Boston to the bottom half of the 8th. And Raphael will lead things off. Raffy is 1 for 4 tonight, a single in the first inning. Trevor Story, the big star tonight. He scored 4 runs in this game. He has stolen the base. He's hit 2 home runs, and he's 3 for 3. Red Sox have out hit the Mariners 12-9. JD on deck. He has 3 hits.
Wow.
0-2.
You don't see Raffy get beat that bad. That ball beat him, you know, maybe respecting that slider, but sometimes when Raffy, he overswings and the swing gets long. More muscle than when he gets smooth and easy and ball jumps off his bat. And what separates him from other hitters is the fact that he makes that transition pitch to pitch. Some guys it's at bat to game to a week. He can do it within one pitch.
Down he goes, Hacken. That was the slider that got him. One away.
Yeah, he's frustrated with himself here because he thought he was right on it and he just missed that pitch. But man, that sweeping left on left, I mean, that is not an easy pitch right there.
JD Martinez can pick up a 4th hit tonight, 2 singles and a double. He's hitting .339. He has also scored a couple of times. That's up the middle. Sliding play. Throw from the seat of the pants, but not going to get him. And he does have 4 hits in the game. Heck of an effort there by the second baseman, Toro.
Yeah. JD just taking this fastball right up the middle. Great play by Toro. Sitting on his butt to try to throw that ball, and JD just flying down. He smelled the knock.
Another good night for JD Martinez. He's had a whole bunch of them. I don't know, these 3 guys, Devers, Martinez, Bogaerts, they may take turns leading the league in hitting over the summer.
Yeah, what they do a really good job of too. If one's not going, the other one is, and it's just, and when all 3 are going, whew, pitchers are sweating out there.
Through that wide open space, Xander with a base hit. JD up to second base, back-to-back singles in the 8th inning.
A little Dixie Chicks reference right there, Dave. Wide open spaces.
You got it, brother.
I don't even know if I can. I don't know what their new band name is, but Xander does a really good job of doing this. He sees that hole, and when a pitcher is going to throw him fastballs away, especially a lefty, he's going to take what they're giving him, and he is so good with bat to ball and his hand-eye that he can just flick that ball the other way.
You were making that point before the game that these guys can all hit for power. They can all hit the ball out of the ballpark, but they take their singles.
Correct.
They take their hits. Make sure they're taking that left-hand turn.
I get frustrated when hitters of. The thing that frustrates me the most in the game today is when hitters say they can't do it. Well, then you're not practicing it. You have all off season. You can work on these things. If you want to be a complete player in this game, you got to work on it.
Alex Verdugo has busted out tonight. He has 3 hits. He's gone 3 for 4. He's also scored 3 runs. Red Sox bidding for some more, on top 9-5 in the 8th. JD with a 4-hit game, and now Verdugo trying to join him. 14 hits for the Sox in this one and counting.
Gotta love it too. After, you know, everyone talks about the start, but man, these guys are finding a way to get hits, getting runs. Ooh. It was almost like he's looking for that slider right there after the first one came in a little too far, sitting on it. But those sweepy sliders, when they're coming front door, it is hard to judge that point of contact that you're trying to hit it. Because if you are out in front, you're going to roll over here, get a double play. He's trying to stay through it, going the other way with it.
Yeah, he kind of punched the bat after fouling it off. He knew that that was a pitch to hit, one he was looking for.
Yeah, as a hitter too, when you're sitting on a slider, you're sitting on a breaking ball and you just miss it, it's the most frustrating you ever will be in the batter's box.
Robles still fired away. Brazier taking a break. Red Sox trying to turn this into a laugher. JD at second, Xander Bogaerts at first. Ground ball right to Toro. To Moore for one, close and safe. So no double play. They're safe at first and third with 2 down.
Yeah, good job right here by Verdugo getting out of the box, knowing it's a possible double play. Yeah, kind of a funky turn here at second, too. Moore kind of sat back on his heels a little bit. Didn't seem like he wanted to come through it to make that good throw.
So it's already been a great night for Trevor Story. He has a pair of home runs, a pair of 2-run shots, a single, a stolen base, a walk. He has scored 4 times and has 4 RBIs in the game. He can add to that right here. It's already been far and away his best night in a Red Sox uniform. Really showing you off the full array of skills in this game.
Yeah, good job base running. Really good in the field, too. He's in the field at second base. He's come and charged some balls. Really doing a good job of reading the hops.
1 ball and 1 strike, 2 down, 2 on.
And I think that's something he's starting to learn at second base. Like, I can't just sit back on my heels over here. I still need to come get the ball like I would at shortstop. When you get to that right side, you get a little relaxed, like, oh, I got time to throw to first base, but you still got to come get the ball and play the good hop.
It's been pretty realistic about it, too. It's a work in progress. He knows that. Got things to pick up on still. 1 and 2.
You see at first base, too, a lot of guys will stay back instead of coming and getting it. And that spin, when guys topspin that ball over there, it can hit funky. And if you're back on your heels, you're going to wear one.
One, two, high drive. He's done it again. Trevor Story cleans him off. His 3rd home run of the ball game. Goodness gracious. And that is what a 7 RBI night looks like right there.
He needs to go play the Lucky Sevens lotto tonight. Trevor Story, have a day, have a night. Oh, nice easy swing. He knew right away. He hits this thing and lean back. A lean back.
That's a curtain call night.
That's some swag after that one. Bobby, step out. This slide is going to get loud up in here.
So a 3-run blast along with a pair of 2-run homers. And Trevor Story with a magnificent ball game. He's wearing out the wheels on that thing.
That face is the face that Red Sox fans have been dying to see. Gotta love it.
7 runs batted in. And a 3-homer game.
5 runs, right? 5 runs?
He scored 5 runs.
Wow. I'm looking at my thing. He scored every time. Holy cow.
And Dahlbeck in this one 0 for 3 with a walk.
Poor Bobby.
A busted opener.
Poor Bobby.
Yeah, I know it's
the worst part about seeing a guy hit 3 home runs in front of you is you think it looks so easy.
He has gone ground out to second, ground out to short, and a fly to left, and he'll poke that foul.
Good fight right there.
So 12 runs, 15 hits for Boston, 5 runs, 9 hits and an error for Seattle, and the Red Sox have been itching to really break it open for the last couple of innings, and have been able to do that here in the 8th. And a high chop in the infield could be trouble for Young. Yep. He's going to have to stick in his back pocket. And Dahlbeck has an infield single.
Man, there's no one that needed that kind of hit than Bobby Dahlbeck right now. And I love it too. Sometimes those knocks are the things that get you going. And look, he's looking in the dugout all happy. A knock's a knock any way you can. Just gets around a little bit to fight it off. He never ran that hard. I thought he was going to let that ball go.
Now Bobby will take it.
Yes, sir. It's a lean you off the monster in the books.
Brings up Vasquez, who has doubled. Struck out, also hit by pitch with the bases loaded. For Trevor Story, by the way, it's the second time in his career he's had a 3-homer game. He also did it in 18. And it's the second time in his career he has driven in 7 runs, which is a career high.
Wow. Second time. That's a lot of RBIs.
Yeah. Also did it in May of 19 against Toronto.
Ooh.
And the 0-2 pitch. Vasquez has been shaking that left arm ever since he got drilled on that elbow pad in the 7th inning. And while he went back to the dugout after that inning was finally over, he's putting on his shin guards and getting ready to go back out. He was grimacing the whole time.
It's a tough spot too, because it's like hits the nerves and you feel like you can't feel your fingers.
You got to be a different cat to be a major league catcher, to endure that kind of pain, and then you have no break. You've got to go right back up, put the gear on, and catch. Probably some guy's filthy who's throwing 98.
Yeah, they tried to put me back there. There's coaches that looked at me and salivated and said, "You look like you're a catcher, that body." I said, no. Getting out there in that dirt.
No, I'm an infielder.
Stop it. Don't. They look at me, I go, no. Where's the infield coach?
A 1-2 from Young, and strikes him out. Red Sox keep on scoring. Trevor Story keeps on hitting his 3rd home run of the ball game.
Top 9, Red Sox on top comfortably, 12-5 after a 3rd home run for Trevor Story. Guys, today is World Inflammatory Bowel Disease Day, and very important to first-year Red Sox pitcher Jake Diekman and his wife Amanda. Jake was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis at 10 years old, in remission most of his life until it flared back up in 2014. He actually had to have 3 surgical procedures called J-pouch surgery in 2017. That same year, he began his Gut It Out Foundation, and I talked with him about it this afternoon. And right now, he's raising money for this cause. Actually had 50 Boston IB patients here who he purchased tickets for. Red Sox matched it, so 100 total people. He's still raising money, offering a VIP experience for anyone who donates. And if you're interested, you can visit this website here, pledgeit.org/gutitout2022. As Jake Diekman bringing his foundation and all the good work he's done here to Boston.
Yeah, very classy move by Jake.
Yeah, and no better place than Boston. One of the most philanthropic places that you could be.
Overcome all that to become a big league, very successful big league pitcher.
Another Boston legend and a football player, Matt Light. Same issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he had like a foot of his intestine removed.
Right. Mike Ford, the hitter, tried to hold up. Frazier in the game. Red Sox trying to put this one on ice, a 12-5 lead against Seattle. And the details of the game will include a lot of different guys. You know, JD Martinez with 4 hits. Alex Verdugo with 3 hits tonight. But Trevor Story, he'll be the headline. That's going to be strike 3. So Ford fans and 1 man gone. Trevor Story with 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 5 runs. Not to mention a stolen base and a couple of really good defensive plays.
Safe to say he's going to be player of the game today?
Safe to say.
Okay. Jemai, you going to be on that?
I'm all over it, Uke. You know it.
Attaboy.
3 home runs. How can you not, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one, right?
Or an easy one, depending on how you look at it.
Julio Rodriguez will swing and pop a foul out of play. By the way, season high for the Red Sox in runs and hits.
Love it. Just got to keep this thing going. And like we always talked about, it can't always just be the big three. You know, it needs to be the other guys stepping up and doing their jobs. And the more they keep getting hits, getting on base, we're going to see a lot more crooked numbers on that board.
You know, you really expect Trevor Story to make it a big 4.
Yeah.
You know, and certainly has been.
Kike. Yeah, Kike. I mean, you look at this lineup
well.
when these guys start rolling.
Yep. Well, I think you're right about Kike Hernandez too. I mean, he lights the fire many times. Did last year when he really got rolling and just out of this world in October.
And he's also got that infectious personality of joking around, having fun that people love.
Sure does.
And I think that when he's going good, that gets amplified. When you're going bad, you can't be as loud. You know, it just happens like that. So.
Well, looking to get all cylinders going. Red Sox had a lot of them going tonight. That's going to be tagged high and deep, headed for those seats, and that ball's gone off the bat of Julio Rodriguez, his 3rd home run of the season. And that will make it a 12-6 game.
Yeah, this slider that didn't do much here just stayed up just enough for him. And those sliders, when they stay up, righties right on right, they reverse that spin into that upper, up into the monsters.
5th home run allowed by Ryan Brazier in front of Winker, with 1 man out and 1 run in the 9th for Seattle. Same 2 clubs at it tomorrow night at 7:10. Waka against Ray. If you recall, Ray was really good against just about everybody last year. That's how you win a Cy Young, which he did with Toronto. He's 4-3, 4.62 ERA. Michael Waka coming back from that intercostal, feeling a lot better, no setback, so he's ready to go. Red Sox delighted to have him back in that rotation. Up the middle, bogey over, and 2 down. Closer look at Story tonight.
Got him. Got him. Spin it funky to center. Doogie just running around the bases. Another got him. Oh, lean back. Lean back. What a night. Live it up, Trevor Story.
To put it mildly, he has had an eventful start with the Red Sox. You know, with the big contract late, then the birth of a child, and then he got food poisoning when the club was in New York at the very beginning of the season, and then had just had a devil of a time with the bat. But he is certainly looking like the Trevor Story that was advertised right now. And not just tonight. It's been going on for a little while now.
Yeah, you take the first 2 weeks of the season, put that as extra, that's the spring training. No one wants to have spring training in real games. And a lot of people be like, you're making an excuse for him. It's not an excuse. If you don't have enough time to work on things, get out there, get in the dirt, work, get at bats, see pitches. It's not easy just to walk out here and play this game. You need a lot of reps.
Well, he looks a whole lot more comfortable than he did the first month.
Yes, sir. And just build upon it. It's a long, long season here.
Suarez looked to check. They do appeal and no swing, says Dan Bellino. 2-2. Two down in the 9th.
Fans wanted that one.
The guy said, it's a school night. Let's go. It's 3-2.
Sir, It's 12-6. If you're still around, you weren't worried about the school night.
I would think not. Frazier trying to end it right here. And a high fly to right field. That's deep. Jackie back on the track and leaping up. He's got it, and that ends the ball game. Red Sox win it 12-6.
And it's one heck of a story tonight. That guy right there doing all the damage.
Yeah, last night it was the Nick Pivetta show. Tonight belonged to Trevor Story.
Yeah, did a great job. Hey, got a complete game, then we almost go bullpen type game.
Indeed.
It's the beauty of this game.
12-6 final. TC?